Bang! Round one. Fight!
Hello, hello, hello. We're talking about different stuff. This was someone that I'm going to be doing for a VTuber showcase. But first, we're going to start with Nanoless, as we always do. Hello, hello. Before we start with everything. Ooh, Tanner, yes, we do. We do. We should definitely do a repo stream eventually. definitely should do a repo stream. Of course, eventually. Eventually, we should. And let me make sure I have I have everything where it should be. Absolutely everything where it should be. So, of course, always very nice to see you guys here. We're going over everything a little bit in order to kind of get people caught up in case if they have been sleeping under a desk and kind of sleeping on this whole thing. Catch everyone up on the whole situation as best I can, of course. It's not going to be the most concise, the most what, because you already know I'm not that type of person to do the biggest stuff, whatever it is. I'm not the type of person to do all that type of nonsense. Hello, hello, Erun. Hello, everybody. This is for all y'all who are just wanting to relax on the weekend and wanted to catch up on this eventually. Yes, there is, unfortunately. That's going to be in the video instead, I believe. I'm going to be doing that more towards the end. But yeah, it's going to be in the video instead, for the most part. So yeah, we're going to be doing this a little bit here and there. Of course, it is going to be, let's see. It's going to be quite the insane thing, honestly, to be perfectly honest with you. It's going to be quite the crazy thing happening here. But it is freaking what it is. The Matarakan thing, we're gonna reach that, but it seems like they terminated the contract, or at least the contract was not renewed. That sucks. I'll just be honest with you. That fucking sucks. For anybody who loves Matarakan, that absolutely effing sucks. Hello, hello, hello. Rico Rice. She'll still be using her model. Because remember, the VShojo thing is a little different than everything else. The VShojo thing is a bit different than everything else. The knocking! The infernal knocking! It has begun. It is, we are also going to go over some of the kindness that has been shown to all these various different people. And also, you know, other pieces of news here and there, announcements and stuff like that. So, of course, the woman of the hour is this woman here. It's, of course, Sinder. She is, well, woman that deserves no introduction. Really deserves not a lot right now, to be perfectly honest with you. Doesn't really deserve a lot. But it is one of those things, unfortunately, where people do want to know what exactly is going on. Yeah, I never expected that from Matarakan, to be honest with you. But our stream last night was so sad. I cried a bit. We are going to go over that. We're going to go over everything as best as I can for all those people who weren't here during my weekend streams. It sucks. Oh, this whole thing sucks. This whole freaking thing sucks. It is not fun to have to go through all this. Now, the first person we're going to talk about, of course, this is just like an overview of everything. I'm not going to go over in autistic detail. Well, I mean, I might go in autistic detail. You know me. That's the kind of fucking person that I am. I do kind of sometimes hit it in autistic detail, so to speak. But I do want to... Hey, Kefvid! It's too early to say.
Kefvid 2317 donated $5 through Super Chat. It's too early to say. Also, there isn't a whole lot of information yet, but it could be a money issue with VShojo.
It definitely could be a money issue with VShojo. Also, remember, she's not in a bad situation either. Primarily because she also has Bricky, who's been doing the merch for her. She also has that other big Hollywood organization, the Hollywood Talent Management, that's also doing it. So she's not without talent management at this point. And remember, VShojo, for the most part, was organizing some VTuber stuff. It was a little bit more than... It was like, it's more than Mythic, less than Hololive in what they do. So yeah. If we start seeing... Here's when you start getting worried. If we start seeing more people leave VShojo, that's when you should start getting worried. Right now, it's Matarakan. It's individual. It could very well just be individually set from them. Individually, you know, them setting this up for their talents, or them setting this up in a way that their talents, her specifically, is going to be having this dealt with. We don't know. We don't know. It's honestly hard for me to tell what's going to be happening in the future when it comes to Matarakan. But it is sad. It does suck. It does absolutely suck. And thank you so much, KevFit, for the $5. Thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. So let's continue on the road for this. We are, of course, going to be taking a good look at everything going on. Nanoless, for all those who don't know, I'm not going to, show too much of what's up there, but they have, Patreon. They have a lot of other places. I didn't go over this before. Oh God, it's an 18 and over Patreon, so I'm not gonna exactly take a look at that. But she does have a Patreon. She does have a Gamer Subs thing, sponsorship. Okay, everything is over 18. So she has a lot of over 18 stuff, which is perfectly fine. Good morning, Hideki. She's just leaving if she can do more on her own. Bricky, yeah, I think Bricky had a part of it in the sense of she probably saw VShojo's benefit that's giving her as less than what she's used to, or less than what she feels she deserves, probably. So that's the thing. So that's the thing, of course. It all depends on their own personal thing. But let's talk about this whole Cinder thing here. She's probably going to do more on her own, honestly. So Nanoless has been doing stuff for a lot of people. She's been doing stuff for herself, been doing stuff for a lot of people. Shylily, Buff Pup, I mean, you name it. Giga, you name it. Nanoless has been involved in it. So that's the big thing there. And of course, we have the big document here. Let's see what other people have said so far. When it came out, thank you for speaking up on your story. It's incredibly brave and difficult to do what you're doing. And it's going to save others from the abuse you've endured. For real. Basically, it's going to be helping a lot of different artists, of course. And people are like, yes, they're so sorry it happened. It is a very sad thing, honestly, that this is happening to anyone, really. It really is a sad situation, honestly. But what can we do? What can be said? What can we do? It's not much that we can do other than supporting the people that are out there. So sorry this happened. No one deserves this. Vienna, Ebiko, honestly made me feel sick. Scoochan, so sorry. Fifi, a lot of people have spoken out on it. Now I'm so sorry to hear about this. It's what I know what it's like to be an artist working with a creator. Extremely prevalent in the community. So when something extremely inappropriate and uncomfortable happens behind closed doors, it's gut-wrenching and anxiety-inducing. That's the thing. That's the thing we have to realize here. That she is doing something that can be a big damage to her career. If it is seen the wrong way, if it is interpreted in the wrong way, it can be crushing to a career. Yes, that is one message that I will give you. And that is one message that is very true, Vidra's legacy. We have to rise above the hate. We absolutely do. We absolutely have to rise above the hate. We absolutely have to rise above everything that is going on so far. We have to make sure, one thing I will tell you guys, before I read everything and I start going through everything, at least the shortening of it for you, is do not send hate. Do not send, I mean, she's already getting enough hate as it is in the comments. You can absolutely comment if you want. Absolutely. You can absolutely comment as much as you want here or other places. But do not, in my opinion, this is just me being myself, do not go and send them hate directly. Do not go and send hate to Sinder or anyone else that has been mentioned in this as someone negative. Do not go and send any kind of hate their way. And that is just my opinion, because it doesn't do any benefit. It doesn't benefit anybody, except maybe, your sense of justice, if, that's what you wanted to do, etc. But for the most part, it is kind of counterintuitive, and it defeats the purpose of doing things like this. Freem, Nano, you're so incredibly loved. I'm adult. A lot of big people. OBKD Cat, Hazumi. Sorry that you had to put through so many years, Nano. You to have endured this clear manipulation to speak on it. You're so strong. Shylily, we will always be there to support you. No one deserves to go through this. Your feelings are wild and valid, and we're sure to heal from this. Cottontail VA, took a lot of courage to speak up about this, Nano. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you for doing the right thing. Puff, just baffled by this. Sorry to hear this energy you had to perceive in your lifetime. Realizing mistreatment you received is such a huge step. Yuzu, takes a lot of courage to realize and come out against mistreatment. Matarakan, big people. Lots of love, Nano. Good on you for being brave enough to share your story. We love you, dude. Shoto, Tricky V. So disheartening to read all this. It's so cruel. Artists deserve the utmost respect. Business should never be expenses of the friend. So here, the reason why I'm reading all of this, to you guys, is this. I want you to see the type of support that happens when you do the right thing. And I know now, just by seeing all of this, this is showing her specifically, hey, guess what? No one's going to abandon you. Guess what? No one is going to stop working with you. In fact, you have all these big people, big names in the industry, sending you much love. Smagalana, a lot of people sending you lots of love. Yoki, which is also a big, big creator, as you can see here. Sugi, San, Sansin VT, which is also another big creator, as you can see here. Sugi is also another big creator. All these people, those are people who will collaborate with Nano in, commissioning her in the future. There is no, like, when it comes to Matarakan Hippo, there is no specific reason that has been mentioned for why she is why they are going their separate ways. It looks more like they're gonna be going their separate ways. Of course, everybody's gonna be against it, but it's not like they can actually do anything about it. I know there are a lot of ones from our virtual YouTubers. In fact, I have checked a lot of our virtual YouTuber stuff. And yes, there is a lot of stuff from there here. So I am going to be going over some of it, of course. I am going to be going over some of it. Michi is, of course, going to be against the termination of, not termination, but the ending of the contract with Matarakan. I take it more as that. The ending of a contract with Matarakan. Can be a cynic for a second. This whole situation feels too big for just Cinder and Red and Nano to know about this cover-up. Might have been being burned so many times that just see it's... I think what it is, the reason why Nano went and did this, and Nano went and put this out there, was honestly because it is probably very frustrating for her to see this. Very frustrating for her to be able to have this happen and have it be such a crazy thing. You know what I mean? Such a wild thing is pretty much unheard of in the community. It's just crazy to have happen. One of them is Mume Post on virtual YouTubers, cover the stub since the source isn't there. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll cover those later. Right now we're going through the Cinder thing. Liz. I'll cover those absolutely later. Those will be covered later in the stream. But right now, of course, we are going to be covering a little bit more of this. So, of course, I don't want you guys to think that this is all I'm going to be covering. I'm going to be covering some other stuff. It's a bad day to live pretty much anywhere right now. She said she's leaving, that they decided not to renew her contract or something of that sort. So, it is a tough situation for her, pretty much. It is a very tough situation for everybody. But right now, we're going to be going over this a little bit. Lily says she approached Nano about separate complaints about Cinder, so Nano connected the dots with her behavior. Made Mint's reaction about Matarakan. I don't think she's going to have a problem, because Matara's still going to be able to do her stuff. Matara's still going to be able to enjoy content creation and do content creation. Bao is bawling her eyes out. We're going to be also talking about that. So we're going to be going over this a little bit quick. Of course, as you remember, through all of the stuff that was going on here. Yeah, of course, the main thing I want to say about the Matarakan before I move on to this is it is not a termination. More than likely, it is the contract is coming up for renegotiation. The contract is coming up for renewing, and she wasn't renewed. That's what it seems so far. So far, that's what it seems like for me. That is just, it was not renewed. They decided not to renew the contract on both ends. That is something that can happen. That's something that has happened in the past. It happens with everybody. I mean, there are always contract negotiations between everybody. And yes, it can happen. Yes, I'm going to cover that too. I'm just going to go over everything in chronological order so people can have an idea of what's going on. I am going to go over the Bao. That's going to be a large portion of this because I want you to hear exactly what went on with Bao. That is the big one that I want you guys to see. Also, Shylily crying and things like that. I do want you to see all of that. I do want you to understand all of that and, see it all. Basically, see it all for yourself. This says, I want to understand it better. This is basically them. Right now, it's just Redacted, which was working on behalf of Cinder. Remember, they were boyfriend and girlfriend during this time. They were boyfriend and girlfriend during this time. And that also has a lot to do with it, as you know, whether you may know or not know. It has a lot to do with this, that they were together. They are basically one and the same. From what I've heard from like Shylily, from Bao, from others that knew her or knew her well enough, that she was someone that was very, very, very connected with Redacted, and was very much not doing. Redacted wasn't doing this on his own. Nah, I don't think Keisan's gonna be next. Just to be honest with you, I don't think Keisan's gonna be next. There's no reason for her to be next. As you know, there's no reason for specifically Keisan to be next. Because, well, Keisan's doing okay. Keisan is doing pretty okay. You know what I mean? She's not whatchamacallit. In any work, I mean, it's not like VShojo is going to be canceled. It's not like VShojo is going down. It's not like any of that kind of stuff is happening. It is, that. Yeah, she seems happy. Hello, Madness, the Devourer of Nuts. Yes, I am the Devourer of Nuts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Been a while. Keisan's good. Yeah, Keisan's good. Now, of course, we go over all this stuff, of course, where they're talking about Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano, and the music video stuff. This over here about the music video stuff is talking about Skara, which I'm going to be putting out later, of course. I'm going to be talking about later because of the fact that Skara is an editor for her, of course, for Bao, and wanted to be a just a Bao editor for the foreseeable future. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Need to reach down. For the foreseeable future, Skara wanted to be an editor just with Bao. I mean, yeah, just with Bao. So over here, it says Bao had original songs. The songs flopped. Editor met at TwitchCon. Wanted to squeeze Bao Boss Rush music video between work and Bao. And then, they're saying, oh, Scar wanted to be so into it, was begging us for all this stuff. Basically using that as like, look, everybody's abandoning Bao. Everybody who worked with Bao is abandoning Bao. So let's do this. Let's be it, just me and you, just us there. Yes, Keisan does seem content and happy. And hello, Harlester. It's okay. David is worried, of course, for people like his Oshis and things like that. That's what he's worried about more. Of course, he's not the only person that does Doom posts in these ways. It is fine. I understand, David. I do understand David, because David is like a lot of VTuber fans right now who are absolutely worried for what is happening. You're good, David. You're good. And of course, you've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong here. It's just, people get worried when they see so much doom posting, but you're good. There's no issue. Hello, Gerard. Gerard Wolf, not the other Gerard. Gerard Wolf. I think it's two Gerards. Yes. What about Kuro? I don't think anything bad is happening in VShojo. Just before I continue, I don't think anything bad is happening in VShojo. It's just, as it happens, every single person is in an individual contract, and other than the generation, they're all in an individual contract. They're all individually going to be renegotiating that contract when those moments come up. Matara always felt independent for me. She's always been capable of going independent. Her affiliation with VShojo, it was a means to an end. It definitely was. Kursani said there's a song post I think you should cover relating to the Cinder situation. We'll cover that later. We'll look into Kurosandi stuff later. I want to cover a bit of the initial stuff that's happening, kind of give people a starting point for people, because there are a lot of people that have come in that are not fully in the know when it comes to all this different stuff. At least in my opinion, they're not fully in the know. So let's continue on, of course. Let's of course continue on here and see how all of this is going to go. This is, of course, going to be, like I said, tough for most people to see for the Cinder, the Pyro Pups and stuff like that. It was rough. Yeah, Slime with Glasses. Yes, we're going to be watching that in a little bit. It is rough. It is absolutely rough. So, it is very unfortunate, the whole situation, because it is just, I don't know, man. It's just rough. It's just overall rough. And of course, we're continuing on. The Bosch music video, there's some stuff missing. But here's where they started to lose me. They started to badmouth Bao, saying, she's stealing all their stuff. She is trying to one up Cinder every chance that she gets. She is, trying to paint Bao in the worst way possible. And that is scummy. That is absolutely scummy. So yeah, they did everything in such a way that, Redacted and Cinder, which is basically the whole Cinder thing. Here's where basically they're trying to convince them to cancel models, not only from Bao. Now we know it's from Bao, Silvervale, other people that they wanted to basically, they saw as competition. They saw as someone to knock down. Unfortunately, they saw it as someone to knock down. That is not the way you should do this in a whole VTuber thing. That is not the way things work in the society. At least not the way it should work in the society. It's not the way it should work in VTubing. Here's one thing I want to let you guys know, specifically, right now. This is not VTubing. This is not VTubing overall. This is not even anywhere near the side of VTubing. Quote for today, dude, F off from Buff Pup. Yes, absolutely. I mean, Bao does need her goon chair, but you don't have to sound too hard to Cinder. Oh, dear lordy. That is a way. That is a way. I actually watched like a whole 56-minute clip from Bao addressing the whole Cinder situation, how Bao had to reschedule her doctor's appointment because of the whole thing. Yeah, she did. Quote a comment I saw on Twitter. I just want peace. I do understand that. Yeah, the stuff came out, really hit hard for me, and seeing Lily and Bao and how bad they were affected just made me sick to my stomach. I feel so bad for ever supporting her. And remember, you guys supported her during the good times, during the times when there wasn't all this craziness happening, during the times that there wasn't all this stuff actually happening here. And that's important. It's important for you guys to look at that and see it all in its own way. I wonder if Neuro's going to say something about this. Probably won't happen. Nah, she's probably not going to be involved in any of this. Like, yeah, I even supported her. I showed you guys a lot of clips. I supported her a ton. This is why it hurts, man. The ban Bao joke is going to be put on very long hold after all that. Yeah, pretty much they're not going to. I mean, it depends on Bao, of course. Buff Pup is also crying in today's stream. There's two things I want to say about Cinder. Red making a doc, probably going to be as well. BS as well. And a message from Gamer Subs parting ways. They are Gamer Subs. If you guys have a pre-order that hasn't been fulfilled, Gamer Subs, from what I know, from what I've seen, is actually allowing refunds for any Cinder merch. They are allowing refunds if it hasn't gotten shipped out, and even the pre-orders, you can talk to them. And as far as I know, as far as I've seen, Gamer Subs is allowing you to get it refunded, which is a boss move from Gamer Subs, in my opinion. It is definitely a boss move from Gamer Subs, because this is damaging to their brand, because Cinder is a co-owner of Gamer Subs. So this is absolutely heavily damaging to their brand, as you may or may not know. It is heavily damaging to their brand right now. It is hurting them hard, and it is going to hurt them hard for a long, long time. And that is the sad part of all this, that there are people out there who are going to be hurt, who have been hurt, and who it's gonna freaking suffer, man. Good. Cinder deserves the same treatment Sanji got from Height. Also said a thought of Cinder on Twitter. Good job, Fletch Tutty. I mean, it's good to let all that stuff out. Neurosalama guilty tripping Cinder. Neuro's a Nero omnipotent. Bao has always been such a sweetheart. Very true. Hey, Eva!
Elfpire Eva donated $10 through Super Chat. So I will say, Red was clearly unprofessional and pushy on a huge level, and Cinder is clearly competitive to a toxic level. That being said, acting like Cinder knew Red's methods fully is a bit much.
And here's the thing that we know now. We also know, thank you so much, Eva, for that support, for those $10. And as well, there you go, your member message.
Cinder did do wrong, but not the level people say.
I will give you this. Red has a big part to play in this. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my god, it's all on Cinder. No. Red did have a lot to do with this, because these words were being said by Red. These words were being pushed by Red. Red being redacted. They are especially someone who should be held accountable for everything that they've done. Red is not going to be escaping any type should not be escaping any type of responsibility here. The issue that I have with Cinder is that we've also heard from Shylily that Cinder talked about her behind her back. In private DMs that she has gotten, that have gotten proof, private receipts that Shylily has received. Shylily herself said that Cinder badmouthed her. Cinder tried to make her lose sponsorships, tried to backstab her as well, with losing sponsorships, losing collaborations, losing all these things. Said some nasty things about her to other people in DMs. And Shylily found out about this through DMs that she received from the people who were in those conversations with Cinder. So all these other pieces of information, all these other pieces that kind of, if a person shows you who they are, believe them, lead me to believe that all of the stuff that Redacted was saying was something that Cinder wanted him to say, and that Cinder was repeating in private as well. I worked in family law. I do know you worked in family law. I'm tired, boss. I know that, Hippo. That's why I'm trying to give it to you guys in a bit of an easier way, in a bit of a different way. And where the hell's my BGM? I need my fucking BGM here just to kind of calm my tits and kind of be in a place little bit more zen. Let's have the BGM here a little bit for you guys. There we go. How many times wives came in filing for divorce? I can only imagine. Near some Discord connection, discovering Cinder's backstabbing makes sense now. Think both of them are just as guilty, but for different reasons. Cinder's clearly competitive to a toxic level. Absolutely. She is not only competitive. I will say this as well, Eva. All this competitiveness stems from being insecure. How do I know that? I'm an insecure motherfucker as well. You know this, Eva. We've talked in DMs. I'm an insecure motherfucker. You know how insecure I can be. But in my insecurity, I have not badmouthed other people. Even people who stabbed me in the back. I said, man, they're evil. Or the person who stabbed me in the back, man, she's evil. I hate her for it. I have said that kind of stuff. I have said some other stuff. But I do not try to take positions away from people. I do not try to take sponsorships away from people. I do not do that. Because that is just scummy. It says, hi, Elfbar Eva. Congrats on your shout out and Salvi in the Blue Squirrel channel. Yes, she's a good friend. Eva's a good friend. Eva has supported me through the shit that I went through. Eva, like Ami and others, have supported me and helped lift me up. That's why I did the thing on Elfbar Eva, the shout out. Because she deserves it, number one. She's an amazing VTuber. She does like law and other stuff like that. She does reacts. She does gaming. All the other kind of stuff. She's a good VTuber. Almost 1,000 people watching. Holy S. Well, this thing is big. That's what it is. Great numbers you're pulling today. I wish it was just for a regular stream, Eva. Eva, even though I'm getting amazing views, amazing everything. God, how do I wish that it was just for, other things. Other than what is happening right now. Boy, do I wish. I mean, I honestly, if I could turn back the clock and just have the regular news schedule, fucking hell would I. I would. I would have the regular stream schedule. I absolutely would. Big time insecure. Yes, we can assume that. Let's see. Generally stop bringing the Sanjay dramas to Cinders because not related at all. Conniving person. We can't assume that. I already mentioned the damage control situation for Cinder is atrocious. Personally, hate this Google Doc meta. Believe apologies. Oh boy. Even though I'm covering it, I absolutely hate the Google Doc meta. Because the Google Doc meta almost made me do the extreme. If you know what that means, you know what that means. Because the Google Doc meta hit me hard. Eva knows this. Other people know this. People who know me know this. Hit me in the worst way possible. Astra Ferret, hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Astro, you've been amazing. You've been absolutely amazing. You're one of the ones who supported me so much. Everybody on the Twitch side and YouTube side has supported me so much. Who's done the most damage, Red or Cinder? Or both? Both have done a lot of damage. Too much to assume based on Cinder's action. If she's toxic, no, I don't think she knew Red was talking mad S. I mean, it's hard to know what she knew. But they were apparently extremely close. By what Bao, Shylily, other people who knew her are saying Cinder and Red were extremely close. 4-year-long length of the behavior, only partially aware. Girly Pop started group chat to confirm she most definitely knew everything she didn't know about to the chair. Salvi, great coverage on the situation. Thank you, Monado. Guess I'm going to Burger King lunch today. Well, yeah, have fun. I mean, yeah. Big time insecure. Salvi the same as Cinder, competitive. Not to this degree. I am the way that Shylily is. What Shylily says is something that I'll cover soon. But Shylily said yesterday, competitive is different than what she's done. You can be competitive to the point where you're like, oh my god, they're doing something amazing. I want to do it too. Not like, fuck them for doing this. I want to knock them down, which is what Redacted and Cinder were doing. Instead, you're like, holy crap, my friend is doing this? That's an amazing idea. I want to put my spin on that. I want to do my version of that. That's what you should do. Talking S and trying to force exclusivity through manipulation is completely different. Yeah, you can let it out. You can be frustrated and talk S a little bit. But yeah, no, trying to knock them down is bad. Foreshadowing clips of how Nero knew. Yeah, there are foreshadowing clips of how Nero knew. Wish it was better under better circumstances. They're friends while treating people like a stepping stone is heinous. It is. April's chaos.
Eva donated $10 through Super Chat. Also, let me bring up something else. Nano has fault here too. Redacted should have never asked those questions about Nano's other clients, but Nano needed to honor client confidentiality.
From a legal standpoint, this could affect Nano. If the clients wanted to, they could. I mean, they're not going to do it because it's a situation where it wouldn't benefit them. But if the clients wanted to, they could get Nano for breach of contract, for breach of NDA, for that kind of stuff. The apology, damn, it hurt so much. You know, it did hurt a lot. It does hurt a lot. Age like milk, so much coincidence. It is peak drama, though, of course. Start putting an announcement in the Discord. YouTube notifications suck. Ah, yes, I should. In fact, I'm going to do that right now on both Discords. YouTube notifications do suck. On both Discords, I'm going to put it out there. Let's see, streaming the Cinder Situation right now. Come check out if you have a chance. Oh boy, I am bad at fucking spelling. There we go. There we go. So there we go here. And I'm going to put it on the second Discord. Because I have freaking 2 Discords. Because I'm not going to quit the first Discord. I'm going to fucking just be here. And I'm going to put it the announcements there. And there we go. So people know where to go if they want to. Oh dear, what the fuck was that? Let me also mention people on Twitch in case if they prefer Twitch. Let's see, it's twitch.tv. Yeah, it's whatever the fuck it is. My twitch.tv fucking... I don't even know my twitch.tv anymore. .tv / the Matt Selby. There we go. Let us oh boy. There we go. And here we go. Let's continue that. Let's see. But yeah, like you were saying, it is a certain thing right now. It's gonna be tough for everybody. Fucking hell, it really is. The post is a curse ID sub for Lily. You should cover that from the sub. Shylily, oh boy, the tweet, she was so pissed. Agree, Eva. Nano caused damage too. 1,000+ people watching. Everybody loves Salve, Blue Scroll. I mean, right now, it's just this situation. Watch. Tomorrow, or tonight, it's going to be like fucking 5 people. That's fine, though. It's fine. I understand that people will come for drama. I understand that. Nano changes extra for NDA. Ah, they can't. Oh, she charges extra for NDA. So still contract. Okay. So talents pay for NDA. There is an NDA in place. Thank you for that, clearing it up. Competition is meant to be healthy. This is not healthy. This is destructive. Very true, Hollister. They're supposed to be friends, not, you know, business competition or whatever you want to call it. That's the main thing. I suppose it was the lesser of 2 evils. Protect people from bad person, or protect yourself. Nano's a blameless in this, but darn, it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it looks really bad for Cinder right now. The situation is really crazy. How many victims was this quarrel in place? I don't know how many victims. We may never know the full extent of the victims. It's just the ones that have been able to come out and talk about it and have actually known about it through Nano. There's probably tons more where she tried to sabotage. Predator was in the quarrel. See, Salvi, more S, it seems. Yeah, more stuff, unfortunately. It is more stuff, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I'm really slow at reading. Happening to Dodgers fan. It says, hi, Windows. Deep hole Cinder's digging. Seems more like people could tell a side of the story about Cinder. I can't wrap my head around how people are saying things that Red said and did were her fault. There was barely any evidence of involvement as is. The thing is, Fantasy Philos Raku, I mean, you can believe what you want to believe, but there are other people corroborating that Cinder and Red were pretty much inseparable. Cinder and Red knew a lot.
Atov donated 10 Bulgarian
Thank you,
through super chat. Here is some nuts for the nut house.
Throwing things is broken.
Did
Holy
you check
crap.
Matarakan?
With the Matarakan? Yes, I did check out Matarakan. We're gonna talk about that later. We're absolutely gonna talk about that later. Trying to catch up to freaking reading is like holy shit. Discord new CEO. You're doing gaming stuff today, hopefully. Hopefully later on today, hopefully it'll happen. Very few vocal Cinder defenders on this one. Very disgusting, very sad. I feel bad for everyone affected, including her community. Matara's gonna be okay, of course. Don't throw friends under the bus and hurt them, or try to effing sabotage them friends to do that. That's the thing. Yes, Red had a lot to do with this. Let me fix the throwing thing before I continue. Red had a lot of responsibility here. Let's just be honest here. Red had a lot of responsibility here. But so did, based on what I'm getting from Shylily, from, you know, people who knew her best, who were, you know, people who were helping her out. That is kind of apparently something that Sinder is known for in the other circles. Known for using people, apparently. Again, I don't know personally because I don't freaking know Sinder. But from what other people are saying, she is the type of person who's so insecure that she will use that against others. She will do what she can to hurt others. Yes, the Salvi is back though. I do apologize. The regular delay is like freaking, it's like 15 to 20 seconds. I apologize. I like that positive note. Fumoko's back from the vacation. That is nice. Too much damn nonsense going on. You stay out of trouble. Live that good life. I will try to stay out of trouble. Trouble finds me sometimes though, but I will definitely try to stay out of trouble. So we're going to continue on. Basically, they did try to do the exclusivity thing. They tried to, you know, saying that Shylily here, they were speaking bad about Shylily, how she's been, you know, distancing herself from Sinder, ghosting her, not responding to, you know, when she was raided. She did respond. I already covered this before. There is a link here of when Lily got raided by Sinder. It is apparently not loading, but 6 hours 52 minutes. Basically, it was her actually, you know, doing things. So it is wild of them to claim that it is not that it is, you know, Shylily doing all these horrible things. It really is wild from the claim that. Entire newsroom is on fire because of the Cinder situation. It really is. And here it is, Sinder talking to Nano, saying unfair to push this on you, but it's really confusing, going back and forth about it. So here she knew about it. Here she knew, and probably pushed Red. This is where you can tell that she knew. Get compared to her a lot. So here she's trying to give some manipulation of, you know, feel bad for me, oh my god, my life is horrible, type of shit. And it's really bad. It's honestly really bad. It says, Salvi, as I said in your community post, please don't worry about it. Take your time. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is... I appreciate you guys' patience, and I appreciate you guys being here with me. I appreciate you guys the support today. Holy crap. I'm sure a lot of these people won't be back, but I'm still happy to have you guys here. 100%. Mostly stay away from drama, but damn, they force it on people anyway. What a witch hunt. Especially if, like I said, I supported Sinder. I absolutely did. I supported Sinder in a lot of what she did. I supported Sinder in a lot of... Like, I went and actually was, like... I don't know, man. It's just really, it sucks. It really absolutely sucks. Because I, you know, supported her with clips. I supported her by actually watching her. I didn't monetarily support her because, you know me, I don't have very much money, so I don't monetarily support people. But that's the thing. Should be Red's story that causes his girlfriend to have such a shattering relationship. Back after seeing some clips about collabs between Buff and Sinder. Things will never be the same again. Oh, Buff Pup. Buff Pup straight up told Sinder to F off. So Buff Pup and Sinder are not going to happen again. I'm sure Scooch-chan and Sinder and other people in Sinder are not going to happen again. She has lost a huge opportunity. Huge amount of doors have been closed on her. Huge amount of opportunities have been closed. Because you think, you don't, I'm like, don't you think that gamer subs right now is going to do all they can to get rid of her. Wait, did someone do push-ups? Fucking hell, did someone do push-ups? I was like, did someone do push-ups? I need to double check, because on the Twitch side we do have push-ups. And yeah, no one did push-ups.
No! God!
Oh god, there we go. I'm gonna keep count of them, by the way.
No, God, please, no! No!
I'm gonna keep count of them.
No! No!
I am definitely gonna keep count of all the push-ups that are going on here. Of course. But let's continue on. Let's absolutely continue on with this. So yeah, here's where he says, when I said I understand if things don't work out, it means it's okay, not working with me anymore. She's trying to manipulate here. She's absolutely trying to manipulate here. She's trying to be woe is me, trying to pull a manipulation tactic that a lot of people have done, which is like the whole emotional manipulation here. Like, I am a victim, woe is me, feel bad for me type of thing. And it's like, I've loved everything we've done together. Once you get that money, the whole situation's kind of sucky. I just want to get along. Would never hate you. Everything we've done together. She keeps going here with more information here. I'm doing what's good, what's up. And it says, I understand what it means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. Of course, we love working with you and want to keep you together, but prefer to work with other clients instead of me. That's for a reason. Basically, again, trying to manipulate. That's something that she seems to really push. And this is Cinder herself, so you can't say this is Red at this point. Important to work on projects that you're excited about. Here's where she was backtracking a lot. And of course, we go with Redacted saying stuff again. Saying, it's true about how we feel. Simply business. Thank you for understanding. Of course, she canceled with a lot of people. We also know now that Giga was someone that also was affected by this whole thing. We also know that Giga was the one that was affected because she had a project, a specific project that was canceled because of the whole situation, the whole thing with Nano being manipulated by a horrible person. Redacted is the main person, but also Cinder tried to manipulate as well. So because of that, Nano quit a lot of different commissions and stuff like that, taking money away from Nano and not getting compensated for all that money getting taken away. Bare minimum, all her goodwill is gone. It's absolutely gone. It is poof into air. What's with that ball? It's stuff that people can throw with me. Throwing under the bus. Oh god. The box will fall on Savi's head in 3, 2, 1. It hasn't fallen yet, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm getting stuff thrown at me though. It's a cream pie, and then there you go. I got a cream pie. I got cream pie in a box. That sounds wrong because it is. I got double cream pies and double boxed. Got cream pies in my box. That's what I gotta say. That's all I gotta say right now. No pity for Nano. I mean, I can understand what you're saying because Nano could have pushed back. Nano could have, but she takes responsibility. Nano does take responsibility for her stuff. Because yes, she could have pushed back. Yes, she could have absolutely made sure that she was not getting manipulated this way. But when you're the type of person like I am, who's kind of weak at this shit, who's kind of not, I'm not great at this shit. I'm really not great at this shit. It is difficult to push back when you're not as strong as like we would be. Now in hindsight, we of course would be very strong. But remember, Cinder was a humongous client of hers, a big client of hers, an early client of hers. And you don't want to make those kind of clients unhappy. You don't want to make those kind of clients sad or not want to work with you because they can also spread shit. Because here's the thing you have to remember. Nano was hearing a lot of shit being spread about Bao and other people. What is she going to think in her head? If they're spreading this stuff about them and their friends, what if I say no? What is going to be spread about me? What is going to be spread about me to other people? How many clients am I going to lose if I make these people angry? That is what you have to start thinking. That is what I would think. That's just me putting myself into her situation, into her shoes. I would think, I'm already hearing all of this stuff about all these other people who are supposedly friends of hers, who are supposedly people that she respects and loves, and all that kind of jazz. But she's talking mad crap about them. She's talking some insane stuff about them. So, what am I to think is going to happen to me if and when I decide to go against her? Or just say no. Because right now, remember, this is all in DMs. This is all in DMs. So if she says no, no one's going to know. No one's going to have any fucking clue what's going on here if she says no. This is not the year for VTubers genre. And that's the main thing. She, like, here, she's between a rock and a hard place, as I would like to say. Because I'm not an artist, but just putting myself in a situation where I have had clients. I have had like 1099 type clients where I've been an independent contractor to people. And yeah, in this situation, I would just play along. That's just the way I am. Because if they, especially someone like Sinder, has a huge amount of connections with the girly pop people and a bunch of other people. So if I go against her, and they're already talking shit about other people, what's going to happen to my career? What's going to happen? So that is absolutely something that I don't blame Nano for. I don't blame Nano for a lot of things, because like she also could have stayed quiet about all of this stuff. Nano could have absolutely stayed quiet about everything. Abso-fucking-lutely could have. But didn't. She decided to go 100% out there. Take that risk. And be like, guess what? Yeah, this is tough. Guess what? This is crazy, etc. It's just like, holy crap. You know what I mean? And this is the end of it. That's why it got all white. Apologize for that. But yeah, we're gonna be this one apparently didn't load at 6 hours 52 minutes. I'll just fucking, what is it, 6 hours 52 minutes and 58 seconds. There we go. This is freaking the video. I'll just go to the video. 6 hours 52 minutes. Okay. Because this one never loaded. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with my Twitch, I guess. We'll just load this. And there we go. There we go.
Fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours.
This was one of the times that
hello, everyone. Hello.
6 hours 52 minutes.
Pop raid. Hello, Pyro Pops. What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted.
See, there you go.
Okay, so
Pyro Pop raid. Hello, Pyro Pops. How did you do?
But I really like Souls-like games.
It depends on the VTuber. Some say, "Hi, name, insert name here. How are you doing?" But if it's a friend, you're like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for raiding." She did say that. She said, "Hey, Pyro Pops, what did you guys do?" So that is not like, you know how they claimed like, "Oh, she didn't say anything. She didn't you like recognize that I had raided her." All this kind of BS. It was misproven. The Kursandi sub has a video talking about it. I know. I already have that video queued up for you guys. I'm gonna go over the second and third ones, kind of, you know. Treat them as if they're gonna be public. DMs are private messages. DMs aren't so private. So now we're going to Bao's thing, of course. Her doc, her Google Doc. Shylily had a good response to everything. Like, here is one of the things. Here, I'm going to go a little bit out of order because I wanted to go in order, Bao and stuff like that. But you guys want to see the Lily thing. Here is something that she has to say.
Want to give it more. You also, it reawakens your drive to put her down, you know? Without feeling malice, jealousy, or the need to put her down, you know?
Competition, like, she's talking about competition here.
You can be excited and happy for someone, but at the same time, having that be the reason that you also want to give it more. You also, it reawakens your drive to do something. Be like, man, that's so cool. Now I also want to do this, you know? But what you wouldn't do is undermine Numi's success and ideas and everything she's done behind the scenes and sabotaging it so I can...
She used Numi as an example. she used Numi as an example, which is like, if I saw Numi do something amazing, I would want to do it as well, and I would want to do good things. Numi isn't involved in any of this drama, but she used Numi as an example of a friend,
Do it
of what you
bigger
would do
and
with a
better
friend.
and grander, while saving face in front of her, being happy for her and encouraging her to do these things, and being so proud of her while behind her back, sabotaging her at the same time. It is completely normal to have it. Whenever my friends do something, I'm like, fuck, that's so fun. I also want to do this. Or
Exactly.
something like it. When my friends get a cool new
Exactly.
model, I'm like, fuck, it's been like 2 years. I also want to have like a cool new thing. I can feel the drive reawaken of wanting to do cool things. I'm like, I also want to do this. When my friends have a cool collab idea, I'm like, fuck, I also want to do this. When my friends play a cool game, I'm like, fuck, I also want to play this. Oh shit, oh god.
Cinder's head is empty using YouTube algorithm, example of an idea. Bao needs better friends. Bao does have really good friends. It's just Cinder ended up being a shit one. That's just it. Yeah, she gave an example.
This topic gives me goosebumps, bro. But like, exactly, I use it to be uplifted by it, to be encouraged, and
Yeah, use it for
I'm
a
just
positive
glad to
way,
be
not for
surrounded
some
by people that
negative
give me
shit,
the
you know
drive,
what I mean?
but not taking them down.
That's my whole thing.
Exactly, being inspired by them isn't the same as wanting to undermine them, and this is where the big issue comes in place, you know? And it's especially hurtful when some of the people are... It just sucks when someone you,
Here is, let me just let you know. Not a trigger warning or anything like this. She gets extremely emotional right now. This is a point that made me sad. This point made me sad. Shylily has been talking about the whole Bao situation, the whole Bao with Cinder situation, and of course, Shylily is someone who knows Cinder very well, who knows Cinder extremely well. She has had very, very close contact with Cinder, and of course, has a business relationship with Cinder. So, with gamer subs and V-Card and other things like that. So she's been trying to help Cinder out. She platformed Cinder. She's one of the reasons Cinder is big. Let's not make any qualms about it. Shylily is one of the reasons that Cinder is big. What breaks my heart is what we're going to watch now. She is moved to tears because of how hurt she felt, knowing some things that happened, because she is not only talking about what's happening with Bao here, she's also talking about her own experience that she had with Cinder from things that she heard behind the scenes and DMs that she got, copies of DMs that she got, about what Cinder said about Shylily, about herself behind the scenes. Let's listen in.
really liked and thought was your friend. And... and then you help them with opportunities and you platform them. You make them part of companies and other things, and all they have to say is just, oh, the other partner, you know, it's just... when they see you as something so vile, when part of what they want to one-up you about is something they have because of you. That just hurts, you know? When you see the way they talk about others that mind their business and stay in their lane, or how they go behind others' backs, contacting companies to steal what... That's what hurts, you know?
So Cinder tried to steal some companies from her as well, from Shylily, as she's saying here. She's trying to change things up, of course. But that is, yes, it's painful. And of course, she's trying to recompose herself, trying to bring some
Get
stuff.
some sugar in.
But yeah, that is painful to see, painful to listen to, that someone that was what Shylily thought was a close friend, a business partner, someone that she helped get to where she is. If it wasn't for Shylily and people like her, Cinder would not be where she is. Cinder would be big, but not anywhere near where she is, not with all the sponsors she has, not with everything. And these are things that Shylily has found out in behind the scenes that aren't made public, that haven't been made public about what is going on there, about what Cinder said about Shylily specifically. The fact that Cinder has been found to have wanted to take opportunities away from Shylily as well, from companies, and bad-mouthing her to other companies and things like that. This is vile. This is why I wanted to put this out there, because it is absolutely vile. And then we have Bao. Bao went through a lot. Here, she spoke about what Nanoless is, and here's what I want to say. I want to point out why I'm addressing both Cinder and Redacted, despite the messages being largely from Redacted. Many times throughout the messages, we heard we are occurred numerous times. Someone who was close to and worked with Cinder for years. I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate to the extent to which Red operates as a primary point of contact in interprofessional personal projects. That experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known about and approved by Cinder. So that's why I think, yes, Cinder has a lot of responsibility here too. Orca Whale stuttering every second per frame to cry is so darn sad. I do not like when she cries. I want to hug her. I want to hug her too. Of course, give her a lot of support. She's so strong for managing to restrain herself. I can't do that, man. I would probably need a couple of minutes, I want to say, if that would happen. Like a couple of minutes to actually cry. Not even the forehead jokes will cheer her up. This truly is vile. Shylily being pretend dad isn't going to cure it either. Watch Bao's stream live, and I'm not ready to rewatch it. I said this in your last stream, but Cinder truly is Sosuke Eisenarch. It really is. And of course, we're going to go through everything, of course. And this is what Bao hurts Bao a lot. Says Bao has been getting on her nerves for a while. Hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with, barking at the tree of our Live 2D animators, has a way of guilt tripping others. Oh, you mean the guilt tripping that Cinder was actually doing and shown to be doing in everything that we see here? That is freaking, yeah, no, that gets me. That pisses me off, honestly. Redacted list is reasons why Nanoless should cancel her ongoing Live 2D commission with me, all the while continuing to collaborate with me and pretend to be my friend. So all these other things here. And all these other things here. Screenshots of them urging Nanoless to cancel things. Regarding the YouTube editor, here is an email where she's asking if they could collab, if they could, if they have time to make any types of videos, do any type of stuff with them. It is not like, hey, I want you to work with me instead of her. It ain't anything like that. It's not like what Cinder was doing. It's projection. Every accusation is a confession, pretty much, as I've said in other ones. Every accusation is a confession. Here's the thing. If Cinder would have somehow proved that she didn't know, then that's it. But the doc didn't do Jack S. Exactly. Cinder's doc didn't Jack S. And of course, Bao did the call with them. Also to hang out with the editors. Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned her down an exclusivity deal. As a friend of both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship. Basically, instead of being like how Cinder was, Bao tried to help out. And Bao was like, do your thing. I know it's business. This is an amazing opportunity. Do not just, go do this for me. Do not do this for me. Go and do your own thing. It is an evil VTuber arc, unfortunately. So yeah, she's in shock and disbelief at the narrative they decided that, was deserved. She was dealing, like she said here, she's dealing with debilitating TMG pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I've always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I didn't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. We're 99% sure she told them Sakamore not to do any more with us. No, Sakamore, as can be proven here, go to bed, but give me your rates. This was something that they talked about since 2023. So she didn't take Sakamore away from them. She didn't tell Sakamore not to talk to them anymore. They talked about they knew each other since 2023, way before Boss Rush. But Boss Rush was in 2024, way before Boss Rush, way before anything. Sak asked me if he could completely go exclusive. Also here, it's fine for me to go forward if I don't be credited in the video descriptions. Okay. This was Pepis is Bao's manager, by the way. I'd rather it just be more in-house type of thing for Bao because they want to make a name for themselves just as themselves. And of course, Bao says, why aren't they solving this privately? That was Cinder's mistake of not solving this privately because it became a very big thing in the VTuber community. Became so huge that it can no longer be denied. It can no longer be pushed aside as something that is small. At least not in my opinion. And Numi also responded, can't wrap my head around this. I feel betrayed and so hurt knowing someone could be so kind, then turn around and be so evil. In the same breath. I don't know what else to say aside from I'm sorry and I'll always be here for you. Those are things that she is saying, of course, because hell, man, it's tough. It's tough seeing all this. It really is tough seeing all of this stuff happen. It is tough seeing everything go about and everything that has happened. Now, we also have Sakamore and his thing, which is the whole redacted thing. It shows that for redacted was actually, following them, wanting to get Sakamore to just be with them, and pushing. We have all that information here. Completely full every day this month, and again pushing, and later on, and other things that they had, they were also, as redacted and is shown here, they're trying, they're trying to organize when they're going to be doing it, of course, getting the images through, getting all the other stuff through, getting all these types of things through, and of course, trying to get him on the boss rush thing. And of course, availability. And then later on, after all this happens and all this stuff is done in very short succession, what do they go and do? To Sack, they also go later and says, so I felt as if I was getting, like, they mentioned on stream how, they've blamed the editor, which was them, on it not getting out in time, getting passive aggressively blamed publicly on stream in front of thousands for the lateness or the supposed lateness. It did really upset them. It really upset Sakamore, and that may have been one of the reasons as well why they wanted to move with Bao, because Bao didn't do any of that kind of stuff. Bao was not doing anything negative in that way. So, yeah, that's the thing. That's what's tough, and Sakamore is deserving of a lot of love, lot of attention, lot of more comms if they ever go into the comms thing. Cinder kick out of House Arc. Cinder might bring another people down with her if DMs get out. Probably. She's probably going to go even deeper into the whole rabbit hole of, oh, it's not my fault, Red and Nano as well, yes. Wonder if she will lose her co-owner status of Gamer Subs. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, in these big business type of deals, there are clauses for reputational losses. There are clauses for getting them, like making sure they can have an off ramp. The company can have an off ramp if you are heavily affecting their reputation. Usually they can do that, and that is something that I do hope that they do. I do hope that they put that clause into effect. I do hope that that things will be better for Sakamore and other folks. Gunpai is one thing, but then there's this. Yeah. Sometimes they call it a mortality clause. Yes, they do. Cinder might bring other people down. Let's see. Cinder, if the world turns back on her, she should turn the back on the world. She already turned her back on her friends. Nyan Tails is another person who was affected. When she sent her entire following to attack me because I made an ASMR roleplay with this Hellhound OC, and I was copying her, quote unquote copying her, or how about when she was actively liking tweets, calling me names. Of course, we don't remember because she made me delete every tweet regarding after it happened. This mean girl behavior is not new. Smaller creators like myself were just intimidated into silence and pretending like it never happened. So here, your cringe, liked by Cinder. So Cinder was doing this stuff to a lot of people. Remember, Tashi.mp3, which was her PL, her ASMR PL, was also accused of stealing a lot of ASMR scripts. Copying, stealing, whatever you want to call it. She was accused of all of that. And I believe it. At this point, I do believe it. let's continue on. My experience with Tashi Cinder. Rain also put something out where here they go over everything and everything that happened. And basically, Cinder followed them on Tashi died in P3, wanted to work together. As we know, Cinder, at least now, has been shown to be the type of person that uses others to her benefit until they're no longer to her benefit. Then she moves on. Then she will just push you aside and not care about you, pretty much. She will definitely do that. Basically, she started flirting with him immediately, talking about, he mentioned that, she does have a boyfriend. How nice that would be for Rain to be her boyfriend. And that cheating is messed up. Cheating is just messed up. Mikaneko is a mental breakdown due to fear. Cinder's manipulation expose. Yes. Perfect boyfriend material. Behind his back. You want to go at it behind his back. How sneaky. Talking about this guy, how badly I want him to F me since you wanted to buy a fleshlight instead. Then talks about how Red, her boyfriend, bought a fleshlight and tossing him under the bus for that. And then using that as an excuse of why she wants to do sexting and that kind of stuff. And of course, evidently nothing serious for her, just a means of keeping herself occupied. She felt the need to keep stringing me along with proclamations of love, which again was silly to have believed in the first place. And of course, I love you so much. I don't know how to thank you. Regardless, I'm always going to love you. That type of love bombing is a manipulation tactic as well, to keep people there and to make sure they don't leave. Obvious reasons I won't share any explicit sexting, because they did sext for a while. This was while she was still with Red. So, this is evil, no matter what. This is messed up, no matter what. This is her being mean, no matter what. You know what I mean? This is her being evil, no matter what. And that is something that I hate when people do that. I did, of course. I support every single person, even Rain. And here's the thing. Rain did this without even needing to. And also without being like, oh, woe is me, I'm the big victim. They put themselves out there that yes, they were somebody who did this. They were somebody who hurt others. They were somebody who was this person who was okay with that. You know what I mean? It was messed up. It was absolutely messed up. It didn't deserve to happen. And also this whole thing is also messed up. And she talked about, later on, he talks about how when Tashi was getting bigger with Cinder, she just didn't want to be his friend anymore. When Cinder was getting bigger, it just seemed like, poof, we're leaving. You're smarter than me. You're probably going to get more clout from me than I'm going to get from you. Poof, you're gone. Cinder's my evil, my god. Truckload of bricks, more like truckloaded of bricks. Okay, we got some other things added to the terrible thing she's done. Being a manipulator, cheater, copier, now a hypocrite. Yes. Brands that are affiliated might threaten to terminate collabs. That's what's probably going to happen. We've had, I think, Ada Culture has stopped working with Cinder. Ada Culture has terminated contract with Cinder, removed all Cinder merchandise, and they removed all Cinder merchandise from what I know. They have the person who is the owner of Ada Culture is removing the wrap that they had of Cinder on their car, the Atasha wrap. I'm having a heart attack. Sav is apricot level of Doc. I think it is. Red is the poster boy for Date Here, Idols, Cinder part, VTuber. Yeah. And then we have Spite. This wonderful Cerberus VTuber who luckily, recently has gotten a lot of support. She's a Cerberus VTuber, as you can see here. She has a lot of support. This looks familiar, and I'll show you why. Here is her experience with Cinder. Here's her experience with everything with I think, yeah, this is Spite's document. Yeah. Do not send hate, of course. It's saddening to see everything that's happening. Talking about the redacted thing. Basically, if you remember the redacted document, redacted talks about the Nanoless document. Redacted talks about how there was someone who was following Cinder and stopped following her, and also was copying her at every turn, and things like that. And she was there before Cinder started. She was there during, like, Spite has been around since around the time that Cinder was Tashi. She was the original Hellhound VTuber. She did unfollow her. She didn't take her ideas away. Didn't know who Cinder was at all. Had no idea she had fire in her ears or was a Hellhound. Creator space is broad, and I stumbled across creators larger than myself that I had no idea I had not heard about before. All I ever wants to be unique in my own way, which he was. This was her thing on May 3rd, and on May 14th, she came out with this. Cinder came out with this for June. And this is, now that the account isn't restricted, I can repost this. I'm dragging you down in the underworld on May 14th. This is her debut before Cinder. So she debuted this before Cinder did. Posting debut announcement traded the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed off, but I shrugged it off. And this was her 2.0 debut. You see here, this is the problem. Spite had already debuted her 1.0 and was debuting her 2.0 when Cinder was debuting, period. So she had already been doing her 1.0 and was now at her 2.0 with, you know, the extra stuff added. The fire in the ears, that extra stuff added. And it was Cinder, and because Cinder got big, Cinder got way bigger than her. She was a smaller VTuber. Everyone thought that she was copying Cinder. Everyone thought that. I thought, you know, it was inspiration. At worst inspiration. Spite Docker reminds me how Sniper Wolf copied similar YouTube creator and all. Yes, and then said it was all her. Cinder would probably lose her co-owner status if corporal paperwork's reparations, aka payment for brand reputational loss. Exactly, yeah. Gamersub just got a Hololive collab last year, and I can see Callie, Crony, and holding biggest leverage, especially if Narissa is friends with Bao. Sorry to cover the Matarakan situation. I haven't covered it yet. I'm gonna cover it in a bit, of course. What's going on with Narissa? How she involved? Narissa's not involved in anything. It's just, you know, a lot of these people are interconnected. It's interconnected in one way or another. They are. They all are. So yeah, the whole thing goes down here, man. Let me just keep going down here for you guys. The whole thing goes down here. On July 20th, 2022, this was her model, her goth model, with her artist. September 14th, 2022, the new outfit, the copied outfit that Cinder was doing, a direct copy, even the tears, even the G-string, even the short shorts. It was a direct copy of Spite. Not Spite copying her, but her copying Spite. Then she discovered that there was merchandise that she used for Uwo Market and had to do a double take because the gray-blue skin tone used in the art is the gray-blue skin tone that Spite has used forever. You see here, gray-blue skin tone since May of 2022. The gray-blue skin tone down here used for merch. This is messed up. The similarities are too close for it to just be a coincidence. And then, of course, the Greek goddess thing. And there you go. This was her Greek goddess that was done before everything happened. And then, of course, we have Cinder, who did the Greek goddess thing herself. And that is the problem. She did this Greek goddess thing in right here. You can see May 29th of 2024. This is when she showed off her Greek goddess look after showing off her goth look and stuff like that. And then later, pretty much soon after, April 29th, designed a Greek goddess outfit 4 months ago, which was in about December or maybe January of December 2024, January 2025. She had this here. She had all this here. So surprised Sniper Wolf's still around, over 9,000. So Cinder's getting banned at Twitch to justify it is yeah. I mean, some things I guess are the universe telling you this person is not so great. Maybe. It is unfortunate, of course, that this kind of stuff happened. I really hate that it did, because as you can see here, Cinder copied her. Cinder directly copied her. And this is messed up because she got a lot of shit. Man, I remember she got a lot of shit. The Model Mama on April 20th, of course, as well. Ari TV, of course, showed off some stuff here. The look. This is the beanie look. April 29th, 2024. April 20th, 2024. She did it already. Debuted in a model. My mama got a hoodie with a cute design on top, and I had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, Cinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering the eyes, similar to mine. This was her original. A year later, the almost exact same bang look, almost exact same highlight look. It is very, very much a copy. It is not even inspiration at this point. It is like, ooh, that looks nice. I'm going to make an exact copy of it for myself. Debuted the Heaven Bound around the time she announced setting a fantasy for VTuber Awards. Yeah, probably. Same mama, but even then, I'm not convinced they could go do what they're doing with the ex-VTuber new outfit. Cinder is wait, yoink, mine, exactly. And because Cinder was way bigger, people had no idea who Spite was before this whole thing happened. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people in my community didn't. Spite made her Greek goddess outfit last year, whereas Cinder only made it at the beginning of the year. Exactly. Twice in a row. At that point, it's not coincidence anymore. Exactly. Yeah. That is a thing. Reading carefully. 2024 and April 4th, 2025. A year later. That is not ever Spite copying. That's a year beforehand. Very unoriginal. I can understand being inspired. I can understand that. But guess what? You know what you could say? And it wouldn't have been so bad. It's like, hey, I saw an amazing looking hoodie out there. I saw an amazing, another Paradog, a Cerberus out there. Spite, I saw her hoodie. And oh my God, I had to have one for myself. And, you know, here's my look. Here's my take on her hoodie. That would have been different. That would have been different. And then, you know, promote Spite. It's like, here's another Hellhound, a Cerberus VTuber that, you know, inspired me to do a lot of the things that I'm doing. If you use that, if you did that, oh hell, man, people would have been like, oh, I mean, Spite would have gotten benefit from it, and people would have been like, wow, you're giving props to people you're actually getting inspired by. You know? She's very obsessed with not being one-upped. She's very obsessed with being the one who is on top. Very obsessed with that. And of course, she doesn't have some other things like, remember posting about my first ASMR stream, like Spite did to plug her ASMR channel, and then soon after, Cinder plugged her ASMR channel. She just brushed it off as, you know, coincidence, etc. When, as we know now, there were no coincidences there, unfortunately. Don't have screenshots of the comments, but bullying I received from her community, there were too many that it became too much to keep track of, and I started ignoring them, because I never wanted to save images of their words that hurt me. I didn't even want to read the harassing comments in the first place. Just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. And I fully agree with that. I agree with wanting to be happy in your own space. I agree with not wanting to have anything like that. And of course, she comes down here and shows someone else who was, of course, going through the same, similar, whatever you want to call it, type of stuff. Going through everything that was here. And of course, it is rough. It is very rough. Had a rather odd question. Suppose, have you had any message from the VTuber Cinder regarding your design? May seem out of nowhere, but only asking because I had made an OC a while back, and I was accused by her, by Cinder directly, and others, of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in the ears, and her fans claimed that was exclusive to her design, and it was a whole big ordeal on Twitter. I wondered if anything similar happened to you yet. This was in 2023. So this is history. This is a pattern of her trying to do this to others. And that sucks. Luckily, though, one good thing that came out of all of this, Spite has gotten so much recognition now. Has gotten so much new stuff. Has gotten so many new things. So many things out there. We also have Silvervale, who had another document that, of course, came out as well. It's a lot of shit, man. It's definitely a lot of shit. The boyfriends in this world need to cherish the girlfriend better. Fruit drama is a whole nother abyss. You're only on the surface level of info. Yeah, it's a freaking abyss. Sinder do not want to give credit. That's why she copied, not Sinder in inverse. Proof of brigading. It is proof of brigading. It is against also Twitch and YouTube guidelines to be brigaded this way, to brigade this way. Still Sinder and Apricot going to be best of friends, probably. But some of these are really, it depends on the designer or a little bit snippets of it, or she would have known by the time because of how you can tell what someone is copying another. She was definitely copying. It was a pattern of abuse. It was a pattern of all that type of stuff. It was just a bad pattern overall. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about other things going on, other parts that others may or may not know about. It is, of course, the Google Doc here regarding anything, regarding everything that has been going on. It is insane to see all of this, of course. It is really, really, really crazy to see all this. So it is really tough to see all this, man. Honestly. Oh, I missed some stuff. They say imitation is a form of flattery, but in this case, there's no flattery. No, because she was also bad-mouthing them and letting others bad-mouth them. They say, let's see, bro, hippo generation. I mean, everyone doesn't like fruit. I mean, some people like fruit, some people hate fruit. I think people make mistakes when they are hurt. The fruit situation was a weird one. It involved actual abuse from the partner, so I'm not sure. Cinder, 100% trader confirmed, pretty much. I mean, from what other people have been saying, what Shylily said, what other people have said, pretty much. Issue seeing those two things are a bit similar. Also, most of the time, the thing that they are copying, public got a little snippets of it off the copier, makes one public. That's like a directly, just like, it's almost an asset swap at this point. Hard same stories, but different circumstances in format. Jesus. I was in Spite's stream this morning, and she was saying that she hasn't seen so many new cyber pups in her stream. Low-key acting like she didn't know where they came from. She's such a nice person. Yeah, she doesn't want to call people out. She didn't want to call out Pyro, because a lot of the Pyro pups, just to be honest with you, a lot of the Pyro pups went to her. Because Cinder lost, like, I don't know if it was like 5 or 10K by now. She's lost a ton of people. So, yes, there are a lot of Pyro pups that have gone and become a part of Spite's stream. So that they're upping the drama to the level of extreme. This is an extreme level of drama. It really is horrible. I mean, a lot of people are getting hurt. For example, here you have Silvervale making her document. I know how much dealing with this awful situation must have weighed on you and everyone affected. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you can speak out and finally have closure. Love you, Silver. So much malice and hatred from simply not wanting to be a business transaction. I'm so sorry. Holy S. Sorry you went through this. This is Spite. Scooch-chan, so sorry this happened to you, Sylvie. It's all just so unnecessarily hurt caused by all of this and others. Your model was one of my favorite designs Nano had made too. Knowing that things you wanted to get done never happened because of Cinder is so sad. And of course, Sayu popped out here. Sayu's been betrayed many times too. Says, oh, Silver, I can't believe this. You've always been a beacon of light in the space to so many. Simply just being peacefully you. You're one of the few people I can say truly kind to your core. You care to see people for who they really are. And I can't stress enough how special that is and how much you've given me courage and happiness when we've talked. I'm so sorry to hear you've had such a things happen to you. It breaks my heart to see this, and I hope you're able to just be surrounded by happiness going forward. Yeah, Cinder is definitely a hellhound. She's definitely a hellhound. Emphasis on the hell part. Holy crap. Yeah, so Cinder hurt Silvervale in this way. Because here we go. We're going to go over this. And yes, my voice is hoarse because I don't talk usually this much. But I talk, but not like directly a lot. Here we go. They're saying, of course, this isn't a call to action. This isn't a call to abuse. This isn't a call to send harassment. This is not a call for any of that. This is just her telling her story. This is a story that she deserves to tell. This is a story that deserves to be out there because of the fact that it is a person hurting others. Cinder has lost subs. Oh, she's lost a lot of subs. Trying to get my pre-orders canceled right now from Gamer Subs. You should be able to, Trickskin. You should be able to. I've seen people put out on Twitter that they were able to get their Gamer Subs pre-orders canceled. They were able to get it refunded from them. Some were like $67, some were like $50, some were like $100 or whatever. They were able to get it all refunded, so you should be fine in that. Cinder has definitely lost a ton of subs. Give me your opinion. Is Apricot worse than this? No. Apricot Fruit isn't worse than this because Fruit is a whole different situation. Fruit actually suffered mental and physical abuse from her partner. So she is quite literally a battered person in this whole thing. So I don't think the Fruit thing is the same. There was mean girl behavior, but there was a lot of things happening. Cyberpup learns spite. Nice one, nice one. Nice one, Lunar. Dog's career is Christy Gnomed. Yes, exactly. 30K on Twitter and somewhere near 10 to 15K on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, that's a lot of loss. That's a big loss. I unfollowed her. I absolutely unfollowed Cinder. I had followed her a long time ago, but this is enough for me to just be like, I'm not going to follow you. I'm not going to watch your streams anymore. I am not going to watch any of your clips anymore. I had watched her clips a lot on my live streams if you guys have been here. I had supported her a lot. I am not anywhere near as hurt as the Pyro Pups are because I was not a very devoted Pyro Pup. I was someone who was watching her, an outward supporter, like it just, occasional supporter, I guess you would call it. Casual supporter, I guess, is another way you could say it. I was more of that than I was a full-on Pyro Pup. So I never put myself on the same pedestal that you guys are, the same place that you guys are. I'm a VTuber watcher. I'm a VTuber enjoyer. I'm a VTuber commentator. That is as far as I go, pretty much. You always saw Silvervale as a positive cheerleader, not my kind of content, so I didn't watch her, but I never saw anything from her that would incite this type of stuff. Exactly. It's just really bad. If I was not shipped, I think you can cancel this doc. Is a Silvervale doc? Yes, it's a Silvervale doc. Cinder's still going to be a VTuber? She is. She is. Because here's the thing. Unfortunately, in a week, a lot of people will forget. In a week, the internet will move on to the next drama, the next thing. My content will move on to the next thing. I won't ever forgive Cinder for what she did, but other people might. Every day, every single day of my life has been a lie about Cinder. They were both cheaters. Maybe Cinder will suffer. Red needs a house arrest. I mean, they both need to suffer consequences. Both of them, both Cinder and Red, because Red is not an innocent person here. He is not in any way, shape, or form innocent. He is the one who said a lot of these things, even though it was most likely through Cinder saying it to him to direct him to do all these things. But the fact is, he did put out those DMs. He did actually DM the person to act in that way. Not going to say anything. You don't get into the abyss. If you gaze into the abyss will gaze back. Yeah, it's one of those things, yes. Like the yes, probably a lot smaller. Astralinks is the worst. Give me the worst, though. Give me your opinion. Who is the worst? Astralinks is what they want to know. I don't know who the worst would be. But Cinder's pretty bad right now. Cinder's gonna simps around. Yeah, simps. The simps or the people who are like drastically devoted to her are absolutely gonna be just staying with her. Yeah, casual supporter pups here too. Yes, bro, water, honey, lemon, and a pinch, salt for the throat. Hopefully, I am still going to be able to stream tonight because I do stream at night as well, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're not going to talk about this anymore, I don't think, unless something new pops up. So we're going to be moving to other stuff after that. Here's that Nintendo price backlash was bad enough. Emailed GamerSups yesterday, but got no response yet. Not me. Any Nanoless model I see you get reminded me of this. Damn, she made $250K in bits last year. That's a lot of money she's going to be losing on now. It's probably going to be half now. Graduation topics tomorrow. Yeah, it's either going to be later today or in a video at least. I know it's going to be in a video at least. I know that because I always do that. It's going to be in a video at least today. It's not going to pop up at the regular 3 o'clock time because my editing is really fucking slow. It's going to be not 2 o'clock time. I mean, it's going to be probably closer to 3. Say lie to your face. Yeah, I should lie to everybody's faces. Apricot, I am disappointed. Okay. Simps like that confuse me. The hub is free. There's less moral baggage. Very true. Or yellow Twitch, as I like to call it. As other people like to call it. As I think Lunar told me. It's yellow Twitch, which is basically you know, the other site that Melody started on, Project Melody started in. There's those too. You can go to those places. People going to do a tier list of Google Docs? Maybe, who knows? I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. Cinder is definitely worse because Fruit is actually a victim of abuse. And, you know, it doesn't excuse anything that they've done, but it also you can understand a little bit more. Google Docky. Cinder is far worse because normie drama tubers are covering this too. Would have to pay for brand image damage to gamer subs. I don't know. They could try to do that. I never followed Cinder. Tanner, he said I did it at first. The hub is orange Twitch. Mel's other streaming platform is yellow Twitch. YouTube is red Twitch. Oh my god, everything is just based on Twitch. Yes. Yes, everything is, especially on, I mean, the streaming part, of course. Twitch is what made streaming popular. YouTube streaming got, you know, popular as well, but not as much as Twitch. Because Twitch is like the OG in all of this, pretty much. Simps are the worst fans, no offense. If you look at the Vampire Diaries from fandom, holy crap, it's really bad. I don't see why we need to compare Cinder to Fruit. 2 different stories, 2 different issues. Tomodachi Bolster, as in Charlie covers this. Cinder, oh, Charlie's probably going to cover this. I'm sure Asmongold is going to cover this eventually too, if he hasn't already. You know, I'm sure he's going to be covering this. It's just one of those things, of course. But yeah, it's freaking wild, man. It's just like, I can't believe all the stuff that has happened. I need to actually move around. There we go. Can't believe all, because my chair wasn't moving properly. Can't believe all the stuff that's happened. I can't believe everything that's been going on. It's wild, man. It really is. And let's see here what you guys are saying. I mean, unlike other situations revolving around this community, it's somewhere normies can commentate on since something you don't need the definition to understand. Exactly. I mean, if Charlie covers it, then yeah, it might be time. Like someone was saying, graduation might be a good idea. Maybe. You know what I mean? Or hiatus. Take a hiatus. Because like I said, unfortunately, the internet forgets pretty easily. Unfortunately. Best part is that we learned Neuro has the ability to foresee the future. See that after Yui Tachibana released their angrily justified video on Cinder, they announced they were going on hiatus, and their content from now on will likely not be related to VTuber drama. Yes, I did see that. And that is a choice that they make, because I'll be honest, I'll be very honest with you, it does weigh down on you. It does take a bit from you, especially if you allow it to get too emotional for you. And Yui Tachibana, I think, is been letting their emotions get a little bit too much into it. Not blaming Yui, but like I said, even me, who tries to get a little bit of separation between the news stories and myself, it does weigh down on me. The community helps out. People being here helps out. Absolutely. Asman can't analyze the situation even if Dora is pointing out everything for him. It's Charlie that's the one with pull. Yeah, Charlie does have the one with pull. I mean, a lot of people do watch Asman, though. The best part is we see LMS Legal Mindset will probably look into it from a legal point. Yeah, probably will. Maybe Cinder must pay for everything that she did for the false VTuber that she is. I mean, she's already paying for it right now. She's lost a lot of subscribers. And I think people won't forgive her very soon because the freaking Cinder doc is like, what the heck? If you have a Google Dakimakura merch, give me Salvi. I will have Dakimakura eventually. Eventually, we'll figure out how to do that. Do not have friends like Cinder. This is all we could learn from. Gamer subs on the stock market. I believe shareholders could sue Cinder for the brand damage. Cinder would have paid Nano to be her exclusive artist. Probably would never have come out. Yeah, because then there would have been NDA, of course. Yes, Slime one situation. It is, well, some things are abusing. I'm not sure though, but it's husband's innocent. But either both Red and Cinder are not innocent. Yeah. Where can you say, oh, it's better than the other one? Yeah, it's not even one better than the other. It's just freaking insanity right now, pretty much. Huey always covers stuff with lots of emotion. Honestly, is why I love watching their stuff. Huey just loves VTubers. And that's the thing. That's why I think it is a good idea for Yui, in particular, to be switching their content style. Spread the love of VTubing. If you love VTubing, spread that love, spread that kindness, spread that side of you that really enjoys everything that is being done. Spread that. Why? Because, I mean, it's a thing that, of course, should be spread. Any of that kind of stuff should always be spread, of course, because it is, it's the way that you can change the world, by spreading kindness. It's the way that you can change things, by spreading kindness. Nanoless already have prior commitments to other VTubers. Yes, she did. She really did. Yui's always covered. Let's see. I want to stare at the Google Dakimakura when I sleep. Could improve my intelligence. So yeah, this is, of course, Silvervale. And it says model exclusivity. She's saying that she is VTuber one of the VTubers. Friends, they know it's you. They don't know it's you. Worked out for you to take on any brand model clients and not to make any new model outfits with Silvervale. Again, directly talking about Silvervale here. So be able to work on model outfits with all your other existing babies, and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there's a few people that would rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners, with certain creators, etc. So they are trying to get Silvervale to stop. You don't work with Bao, Blank, and Silver at all again. Models are. I don't think you've ever done anything with Bao or Blank before. We have another gamer subs label for you too, the AFK. Silver still asks for art every now and then. And yeah, they were really trying to get Silvervale hurt with this. They were absolutely trying to get Silvervale hurt with this. Business is business, as they say. Now that you're a freelance artist, Silver is a long-time client. Makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. This is, of course, again, a thinly veiled attempt at manipulation to try to get benefit. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. Basically, they're backtracking after they have not gotten anything. After they didn't get anything, they try to backtrack. And that that is scummy. I mean, if you're going to be scummy, just stick to your guns, for God's sakes. Then maybe I would actually respect you a little bit. And that's the same thing with Cinder, talking about this. And, of course, talking about Silvervale, about always living in someone's shadow. One reason I read asked about not making any more models for her. And I said, I understand if things don't work out. It makes me feel you're okay with not working with me anymore. That kind of thing. So Cinder tried to manipulate with a victimhood mentality. With woe is me, I'm the victim. Woe is me, how can you do this to me? Type of thing. And it's really, really, really freaking annoying that she tried to do that. I have family that does that. I have family that plays the victim all the time. I have a sister who plays victim all the time. And I know how annoying it can be. So then continuing here, she's VTuber 1. The screenshots provided by Nano in her document. Been a friend and client of Nano for years. Seeing how she manipulated and abused Cinder and by Cinder and Red makes me livid. She is an absolute sweetheart and just wants her clients to be happy. Exactly. That's why, like, I don't blame Nano as much, because she was put in a rock and a hard place. She didn't have to be put in that position, but she was put in that position by Cinder and Red. And this is not me saying, like I said, it's not me saying again to go attack anybody or do anything like that. But yeah, that is the thing here. She says she's proud of Nana for having the courage to come forward to the affected people with all this and let everyone know how they were being unknowingly sabotaged. Spoken to her privately and want to be clear that I have no ill will or hard feelings toward Nano. I urge people to read this and try to understand the emotional manipulation on display and empathize with their situation. And Cinder's specific situation with Silver is this. I didn't know Cinder. We weren't friends. We barely talked. Even writing this, I do not understand what could have possibly done to warrant the level of malice and cruelty shown. In private interactions, I was cordial as possible. Just wasn't interested in associating with her professionally or being her friend. Because she could see from a mile away, it was just transactional. It was just to benefit Cinder. And it was not because she actually wanted to be friends with anybody there. From the few uncomfortable interactions I did have with her, I'd gotten the vibe that her primary goal was to climb the social content ladder and grow her brand. Fully aware how common that attitude is, that's just how you grow in this sphere. Personally, don't have the emotional fortitude or bandwidth to have friendships that express the express purpose of growth. For the record, I think it's fine to have that view and approach content creation, but I also reserve the right to simply not vibe with someone. Only time I'd actually talked to her directly was during my meet and greet in TwitchCon 2023. Just finished my meet and greet and I was wrapping up. She walked directly on the screen to meet me and had someone else take a picture of us together. I was not informed of this picture or asked permission for it and only knew about it since I saw it on Twitter. So she was trying to, Cinder was, get some clout off of Silvervale without actually doing a lot of the work. Not informed of this picture, and here you go. Here's the picture. Stopped by to say hi after the meet. Wolf Girls, basically trying to grow her brand this way. Trying to grow things this way. Cinder really loved meeting you and wanted a collab, so I told her I'd let you know. I could throw you guys in a group chat if you're interested. What do you say, Lunar Fox? I said it before and I'll say it again. 100% certain that Nano feels incredibly guilty about the whole ordeal, considering she went to bow in Silvervale before posting the doc. Yes. She felt guilty about it. She didn't hide anything. Here's the thing. Nanoless has taken more responsibility, personal responsibility, for what has gone on than Cinder has. And that's saying something. That's fucking crazy, in my mind. I doubt Matarakan's situation related to Cinder, but who knows at this point. They say the lines between love and hate is so thin, it can, be shifted with a gale. It's very much so. Google Docs, Dakimakura, my next buy merch, all VTuber doing this. Sigh. I know, sucks. She says, I prefer the sentiment, but I prefer not to do collabs. No worries. Hope you're having a good weekend. Thanks. I'm trying to be busy with a lot of Arrow stuff coming soon. Sorry not being interested in collabs. I just like doing my own thing, but I'm always open to messages. Hope you had fun at the con. Everything went okay. This is Aru. This is Aru most likely. Aru is someone that Cinder tried to use to get collabs going. After the meet and greet, she contacted my manager at Mythic to ask me to collab with her. I told them would rather not collab with, but I accepted her friend request on Discord after turning her down. Private DMs, she reached out and asked me to do a merch and other various form of collab to be monetized, which I again declined. Will always prioritize my mental health and peace over any potential profit that would make me feel used transactionally and put me out of my comfort zone. Of course, again, sorry for getting back to you late. Super sick after TwitchCon. But yeah, no worries. If you don't prefer to stream together, my manager suggested something more like sponsorships, merch, music, or some kind of other project together that maybe Mythic could help with if needed. I'd love to chat more either way. And there you go. No worries. It's been super hectic and busy with everyone. I hope you're feeling better. I'm really flattered by the persistence, but I'm not interested in transactional relationships with anyone. I hope you can understand. And that is where the anger, that is where the frustration that that she had with this whole situation. Because Cinder, from what I can see, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, does not like being rejected. She does not like being I don't know what you would call it. She doesn't like being being seen as someone about this, you know, the kind of stuff. She doesn't like being I guess I don't know. Yeah, it's part of the rejection. Part of the rejection because of her insecurities and stuff. It's a big thing here. Of course, it says at the end of the day about how much we make compared to her. We just wanted her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did. Get along. She wasn't not getting along though. Here's the thing: they're bad mouthing Cinder because, of course, Nanoless has absolutely zero clue what's going on behind the scenes because Cinder's not the type to share these things until this happened. She has superiority. Yeah, she does. She has an inferiority complex because she feels inferior to others, but she has an ego that makes her want to feel like she should be superior to others. And that is the big thing. She wants to feel superior. She wants to feel like get her ego caressed and whatever you want to call it. She wants that. But Cinder could smell that she was just after money from a mile away. She could smell it. She could be like, this stinks. She knew it stunk. So she knew from a mile away that this was going to be something, you know, bad. It was going to be something that was not good at all. And of course, we're going to continue here. Going to continue. At the end of the day, isn't it how much we make compared to her? We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder, big VTuber, marketing potential and money they could make if they teamed up. Know anything we do, she's watching, will take from or try to outdo. So even here, she's there again. They're saying not only bow, but other people are going to be trying to outdo her. Other people are going to be trying to, you know, take away anything that she wants to do. She could have helped bow, yeah. Potential and money. Yet Nanoless still let me take about who's even more clueless than her. I mean, Nanoless is a people pleaser, I think. I understand because I'm a people pleaser. I'm very much a people pleaser here. Let's stop. What's up? Hello. We're just doing a little bit of reading, running over everything, you know, going over everything in the past. Also collected some points for next time, next stream. We start with push-ups. We already have one. We have one piece of push-ups that we did. I have to do before the stream ends. I absolutely have to do it before the stream ends. And I do, for like the last half hour or so, last 20 minutes or so, I do want to do some videos, you know, a little bit of that stuff. Dude, I'm tired of all this kind of stuff. I'm mixing both names, yep. The drama so far, type of recap, yes. So, Silver, here, is getting mistreated. Silver's figure was announced on Wednesday, no spinning figure. Cinder debuted on Saturday. Everyone hears about it. Figure announced, spinning figure on screen with figure right next to it. Silver stream yesterday, first stream is a Cinder debut. Spinning figure with figure next to it. So she's saying here, the woman who was known to have copied Spite, the other VTuber, Cinder, is basically making it seem like, oh, they're copying me, when we know now that she's the one who copies other people. Hello, Snow Golem. For your latest song cover, Smoke and Mirrors. Oh, yeah, I did cover that too. Smoke and Mirrors was a thing. Smoke and Mirrors was definitely a thing. Holy shit. Let's see here. Oh, apparently Shylily and Nano had been planning the doc drop. I've got some information from Eva for a week now. And Shylily has revealed her intentions to buy Cinder shares. So Shylily is going to be buying Cinder shares of Gamer Subs. Like I said, the situation is disgusting. Okay, yep. Basically, Shylily, let's see if she actually put something out here on Twitter. Let's see if she put something out here specifically. Let's see. Helping even affect the world with poop soup. That's April 27th. Okay. Let me see if I can find the thing because let's see. Let me see if I can find that one. She probably said it on her live. Probably did. So yeah, more than likely. Let me see if Shylily buying out Cinder. Let's see. Not hours ago. I want to see if there's anything. Sorry for taking a little bit of a detour. Shylily. So yeah. She. Let me see if there's anything brand new here. Daily Dose of VTubing has one here. Bao is Force of Tears. We're gonna watch that one, but yeah, I haven't seen the one where she's gonna be buying out the Cinder stock. I haven't seen anything yet, but we will see. Let's continue with Silver here. I had a new activity model in the works for my birthday with Nano, which was eventually canceled. I was devastated as Nano was the one who originally asked if she could do this model because she was excited to make it. So Nano wanted to do the model, and Cinder, through Red, pretty much, of course, did things to make it be more, like, I don't know. Like I said, man, I'm not used to this evil girl shit, this mean girl shit that's going on. I'm not used to this. So it kind of throws me for a loop when people are like this. I know people smack talk each other, people, even friends will smack talk each other sometimes behind their back, etc. But that's different. This is different. And here she goes. Shylily will make her own closure. Drama so far. Yep. Let's see. She will meet. Justice notices in this world. Bao getting hurt. Cinder smelling potential money, and Nanoless could have helped Bao. Nanoless is not a victim. She's I mean Nanoless isn't seeing herself as much as a victim. She is, of course, involved in this whole thing. She does have responsibility. But when you have someone like I can just tell you from my experience, being someone who also is a people pleaser. I am severely a people pleaser. I've been like that for my whole life. Sometimes you go with the flow because you don't want to lose that friend. In her case, she doesn't want to lose the comm money. She doesn't want to get Cinder angry because guess what? Like I said in the beginning, if she's saying this to Nano or doing this with Nano, then if Nano gets her angry, she did it with Silver and others. If Nano gets her angry, then what's going to happen to her? She is definitely heartbroken, and I will cover that as well. Why are they all making VTubers into high school drama? I thought they were all adults. I thought so too. I fucking thought so too. It's really annoying about that. It really is. So let's continue on here. There you go. Nanoless having to cancel everything. But instead, like, of course, Silver is sad. But she says, I love your art so much. I've been so excited for a new model from you. Understand, though, you have to prioritize your health and taking care of yourself. Hope your health improves and you can feel better. Make sure to get lots of rest and relaxation. Do you know if we'll be able to do it next year at all? Sorry, it hurts me a lot, too. I just wish I could work in everything I could. Still go for your model sometime next year. I know you have a ton on your plate. Can't imagine how stressful it is. Illustrations are okay. And, of course, here we go. The Nano document here. When redacted is tucked in a Nano. Consider the situation too much. My mistake is thinking this way. Or are we good for real? Me and you are good, but I still have to tell this to Cinder. It'll be fine. I try to be transparent as possible. She told all of them that there was health issues. So yeah, they canceled because of Cinder. And Cinder says here, hey Silver, just got your after everything had happened. Cinder messaged me on Discord right before my model was canceled. She celebrated that we shared art, despite the fact that at the same time, she and Redacted were actively working to take potential away from me. Let's see if Giri wants a Nano model or not. Hope Silver finds someone else. I'm talking about Onigiri, of course. Yeah, all these forcing things, and this is backstabby right here. This is mean girl shit. It really is mean girl shit. Where she's like, I know that your shit's getting canceled, but I'm going to be here pretending to be happy for you. So that is really messed up. Like, you know that you just caused her to not have a model anymore. And you went and like, oh, Gamer stuff in the mail looks amazing, so cute. We both have Nano's art on our merch. Kind of just like throwing salt in the wound. Cinder Redacted spent many years sabotaging me for no understandable reason. Never done anything bad. They actively sought to get my models and art cancelled based on messages I have seen and shared above. Seem to not have any second thoughts about doing so. It's hard to express how crushing a feeling it is to be talked about so cruelly and maliciously without my knowledge, and to know opportunities and friendships were taken away for what I can only assume is spite and insecurity. There's no end to the amount of anxiety I feel, knowing that these rumors were expressed to Nano, and to assume they were expressed to others as well. I hope this document and the evidence presented will convince you that I am not the person that Cinder and Redacted have tried to convince people that I am. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and I hope that any and all of the people who have been affected by this can get closure and peace they deserve. So that is that, and of course, people will get it. There is a professional one. Oh, Michael! Thank you for the $5 Canadian.
Michael Maverick Maver donated $5 through Super Chat. Drama like this always makes the song High School Never Ends by Bowling for Soup relevant. A shame that stuff like this happens.
Let me see. Damn. Yeah, it's like, my goodness. Let's see. Always makes the song High School Never Ends for the Bowling for Soup relevant. A shame stuff like this happens. It's a shame that a lot of people have the gall to do this, you know. Professional experience with Cinder and Red. There's right there. I want to point out that I'm dealing with anxiety problems, so please take it easy and try to understand my position. And of course, they agreed on shout out directly to my Patreon, plus showing art versions I prepared, as others VTuber did and agreed. They tried to cancel it. They showed the standard version, not talking directly about how to get it, telling their community to check out a retweet she did. And here as well. She did shout out your Patreon. Okay, she didn't. She did it by mentioning it, what was in the huge letters at the bottom of the artwork. She did not outright say your Patreon. They have a very different view of what a professional agreement, and that's okay. I did publicly because it's not fair to any artist, and I wanted to speak up knowing if you check other posts of the whole doc, people will think badly of me no matter what. It says weeks of free art for something simple as, hey, look at this artist collab lately. You can get this on their Patreon. Link, spicy version. Professional, serious. You feel your work is for the... was for something more than doing mental gymnastics, to say what we agreed on 4 times. It's the difference between being an equal in a collab and being someone who does a favor to someone inferior. Everything but professional. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about this whole situation. This is the artist. This is the person involved. And they wanted to do this whole, shout out, that she wanted to do something for Cinder as a shout out to get a little bit of more exposure. It's worked with other VTubers. It has helped her. Sorry, I had to stretch. It has helped her with other VTubers. Has helped her moving forward. So it is absolutely something that she thought was going to work out in this case as well. And that is the thing. That is absolutely. It's a more professional stuff going on. This is more of a nothing burger, I think. But here we go. Cinder says, hi, Nix. I saw your tweet and email you sent me. Really like your art style. Would love to have you draw me. Glad you're interested. For more information, I do one VTuber every month, so I can do yours next month. If it's okay for you to add me on Discord, so I can show you the progress and discuss about the outfit you prefer. Sorry, message and tag. I really don't know how to contact you. It's no problem. Discord handle. I'll have a manager. Sure, it's that art. Honest, everything was going well. Red was answering from time to time. I understood that they were very busy at the moment. So, of course, organizing the whole thing. She did a collab with Silvervale already. Could do Cinders later, depending on her availability. Also knew what outfit she wants to draw. The collab is going to be, something that she's done with others, where they've shouted out her Patreon directly. They've shouted her out directly. They've put every link in there in the comments and, pinning it and that kind of stuff. Be doing Nanners next month for debut reasons. Check in who can be next. Cinder will be available for that kind of promo in April. I want to be sure before I start. Get a folder with drawing and original res versions and additional one to show on stream. The shout out is to get the digital content, and it's a W version on my Patreon. Shout out to my Twitch is not necessary, but it will help me a lot. If you or her have any questions, feel free to DM me. And of course, it's important because it'll be the main problem here. It is about free art for a Patreon shout out, a direct Patreon shout out. Lingerie dress, original intent was to provide artwork for VTubers to use themselves for merchandising as stream background or similar. In return, the VTuber shows the art on stream, gives a shout out to my Patreon, telling people that the NSFW version will be available there. So I want the NSFW extra art to only be available through their own Patreon, through my own Patreon. Otherwise, I don't really get anything out of it. Prefer a retweet, quote, but making your own post is fine as long as it's not before the post on Twitter. I've worked with WZ before. I'm familiar with the process, but since the deal is just art itself being free, I asked for the same extra fee as if it were commission. If I want to do layering, in that case, it would be up to 50% fee of the drawing's theoretical base. So the drawing will be up to $2,300. So, of course, they had their VGen there. Repeated the conditions. They agreed to all the conditions. The shout out, I don't really have any screen time or talking points requirement or anything like that. But they kind of started going back on the whole deal. And the stream again, I literally jumped in and saw they agreed. Super happy. My viewers were laughing a lot because it was for minutes doing sounds of happiness because I couldn't contain my excitement. Of course, Cinder was a big one. Cinder was a big one. So, of course, this is going to be one. Bad day for raining even at 3:18 a.m. Australia time. Holy crap. Thank you for being here if you guys are in really, really, really early times. Holy moly. Thank you so much for being here. That means a lot to me. It really does. You're not oversharing. You're not oversharing, Hippo. I like hearing these things from you guys. Probably cancel everything this week. She is going to be taking a hiatus from what she said. So I took down Mume's graduation stream. We will start a war. I did see that. And before we end, I do want to cover those type of stories to kind of, figure out if I'm going to be, because I do want to put those stories somewhere in the news, either today or tomorrow or whenever. I do want to put it in the news somewhere, So, I do want to do that. It is what it is, as they say. But it sucks overall, in general, to build up a friendship and try to build up a relationship in here, but build up a friendship for the most part, and then have it be betrayed this way. That is why I continue talking about it. That's why I continue trying to put things out there, because just overall, it is a very sucky situation for Bao, for Silvervale, for Shylily, as you saw when she cried. All that type of stuff is really rough overall. It's just really rough to see. In my opinion, it's just like, and it doesn't even have to happen. I mean, seriously, it doesn't have to happen. Sony Music Japan has, it copyright struck, basically blocked it from happening. It didn't take it down per se, but it blocked it from happening. But we're going to talk about that. And these were the arts, of course. There were NSFW versions. Don't know if I did something wrong and I felt bad about the second proposal. I just thought that at my patrons and people like the B option. Be good for both of us to do both. So yeah, both ideas for drawing and some split on what people are saying for the poll. Sinder wants to do, we can do both drawings. It'll be the same deal. You get the second drawing as well. Give another shout out, etc. Only difference being that I will lock the second drawing behind a goal in my Patreon. So yeah, let me know which one she likes more. And there we go. That was, the different drawings. Busy with other projects. Might have been some miscommunication. And then, things not working out. This is, like I said, this is less of a big deal than the other things that are out there. So, of course, this is going to get a little bit less, response from what's going on. It is, compared to other things that are going on, it is not as bad, in my opinion. So yeah, they also went, this is the NSFW version. They answered with a confusion, let's keep it, but I was still feeling something was not okay, even so I finished drawing. Seemed interested too. Had some hope it was just a misunderstanding. Looking great. There are the, NSFW, non-NSFW stuff. It's all looking great. Talked a bit to them about the NSFW version because, again, it was a special thing to show to compensate the free art. It was never a simple fan art, but a one-on-one collab. A one-to-one. They get something, you get something. It was that type of collab. She's done it with Silvervale and many other VTubers, so it wasn't out of the ordinary. The only one that didn't complete their side. Seems to have been Cinder. Even if there was some uncomfortability, even though some miscommunication, guess what? If you're pretending to be a professional, act professional. That's what I mean. If you're pretending to be someone who is professional, who is putting out professional work as a VTuber, then act freaking professional. That's what I have to say. 3 to 4 different facial expressions. They told me that was too much for the stream, so I fixed it for the stream. After that, no answers until I sent them the art pack, all the versions for them to use, except for the complete NSFW version because that was the deal. And then, of course, the art pack was there to be, used. After they told me that did the promotion, something was smelling weird to me, so I checked the clip where it was visually uncomfortable showing my art, not the NSFW, barely mentioning my Patreon at all. Fast look at the text at the bottom here, which was not the agreement. The agreement was shout out to Patreon and be like, I'm going to retweet it, take a look at it there, take a look at the link, etc. Telling our community that they can find me an art retweet. She did, so I felt scammed. She showed my art, yes. There's a big difference between our deal and what she did. I'd have the choice about how long they want to talk about it on stream, so everyone did this collab with me. Not even mentioning Patreon directly was not a part of that choice. Maybe for people that do not think much was, as always, but for me, she was clearly doing something she didn't want to. In the end, I'm still glad, and thanks to that, some people found me, and they're happy about that too. My experience was bad. From an artist perspective, it doesn't look good. From an artist perspective, it's not good overall. And that is the problem. From an artist perspective, this stinks. It absolutely stinks. Didn't Tectone also get banned? Yeah, Tectone I think got banned for, supposedly, I think it was like supposed brigading or some shit like that. So it's not directly like anything wild out there, but I think his wasn't related to this type of stuff, of course. At least I don't think so. Because he did his regular stuff that a lot of other people do. And he, of course, made sure to be as responsible as he could for everything that he said. Yeah, this one's more of a nothing burger. It's not as bad as anything else, of course. And of course, a lot of people are, talking about it. Some people are doing some funny ones with my experience with Cinder type of stuff. Sorry for everything. People are putting out there. People are also putting out all the, horrible shit that this has caused, the horrible shit that has happened here, everything bad that has gone on. And of course, this is something that's not cool. It's just not cool, man, in my opinion. It really isn't. The stuff that Cinder has caused for others is not cool. It really isn't. And I don't see myself ever supporting her again. I mean, personally, in the way things are going, I don't see myself supporting her at all, honestly. And I mean, I don't recommend other people support her either, because it's just not somebody that you should support. But we're all gonna go over some more stuff. We're gonna go over specifically Bao. This is heartbreaking. This is the one that I want to go over because this is heartbreaking. And
bad place. This might not be the best time to tune in. Sorry. And it's been a really hard.
Let me go over there here. Let me make sure that I have the sound not too loud. I want the sound to not be too loud when it comes to the Bao thing. Let's see.
I was hoping that, with the
Okay, maybe a little bit, more like that, maybe.
This procedure,
Maybe like that.
I would finally be put on the right medication that wouldn't make me severely depressed and unable to continue doing work at the pace that I'm used to. And it's been a really hard last couple of months.
Yeah.
I think my community has seen it a lot. I've been really just not myself, and I believe that's in part due to all the medical stuff going on. And last Friday, Lily messaged me, and because I told her that I was about to go get that procedure done, she held off talking to me for a couple of days. And so she said, "It's okay, like, don't worry about your health, and we can talk about this later." And
That was a nice friend, though.
you know, the
She wanted to let her
procedure
know about all that
gets
stuff.
moved to Monday. Lo and behold, the OR is backed up by several hours, and they said, you know, instead of just waiting around all day, you should just reschedule. And so I rescheduled it to Monday, and I told Lily, I'm so sorry. Like, I just don't want to. I'm not in the right headspace to talk about anything right now. Can you please wait until after I get my procedure done at the hospital? And so then a couple days go by, and I'm healed up for the most part. It's not like the worst procedure ever, but it did induce a really bad period, and that is historically when my mood and mental is not the best. So I've been, you know, in a lot of pain, and yeah. So then a few days ago, okay.
All right, this is the part that I want to get to. This is painful. This is painful. This is gonna be the painful part. So this is where you guys are gonna. I just want to let you guys know this is gonna be heartbreaking. Just seeing this and hearing this and everything's gonna be heartbreaking. So let's take a look. Bao is the one that has been hurt the most in all of this, of course, as you know. We have Bao, who has been the victim of Cinder and the victim of, well, just the backstabbing that Cinder has done. The backstabbing that Cinder has pushed on to her and that kind of stuff. It's just really, really, really hard to see this and not be angry at what has happened. It is, of course, one of those situations where it is just insane. And let's listen to what she has to say herself.
Yeah, 2 days ago, I get a message from Lily, and she says that she really needs to talk to me, and the longer I put it off, doesn't get any better. I'm hearing what Lily and Nano are telling me, but it's like I cannot compute it. I cannot. Sorry, I'm.
She's trying to compose herself right now.
You know, I just kind of remember seeing the screenshots, and we had some conversation, and there was some back and forth on sorry, some of them consider each other coworkers, or you know, it's also a business to them. It does become transactional in some sense.
Yeah, I
But
can.
I feel like that wasn't the case here with my friend group. I felt that we've hung out with each other. Our friendship didn't start and end online. It extended far beyond that. We've seen each other at our lowest. We've confided in each other. We've showed each other our bare souls, and you know, I think that in doing so, there is a lot of
This hurts to hear, man.
there's a lot of I'm so sorry. I don't know. I feel like the past few days has just been, I don't even know. I don't even remember, like,
This hurts, man.
I just remember seeing the screenshots and that just when Lily told me, I immediately drove to Tara's house, and that's when we had the phone call because I didn't want to be alone.
Oh, poor Bao.
I just remember crying my eyes out on the floor. Just I didn't know what to make of it. I felt like every single emotion was happening at the same time. I was so fucking mad and so fucking sad, and I feel like I don't know.
Man, this sucks.
I think there's a lot to be said about how you perceive friendships online. Sometimes it is transactional and sometimes there's mutual benefit, and I can understand that. I can understand that there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that this is still a business and this is still people's livelihoods. And I can understand being competitive. I can understand wanting to be successful. I can understand seeing your friend getting an opportunity you wish you had gotten and feeling jealous, but still finding the courage to be happy for them despite it.
That's what should have happened.
That hopefully one day that opportunity comes to you, but like in every scenario, I try to wrap my head around what I would have done if I was in their shoes. I can't understand. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. We had been through so much offline and online, and there is nothing more confusing and more painful than seeing someone in your friend group be so kind and so warm to everyone around you, and feeling that they have slowly become colder and colder towards you, and not knowing what you did or if it's your imagination. But because everyone loves them, you don't know if you want to say anything. And so you keep it to yourself, and you keep hoping it's your imagination. But then the cruel realization hits that it wasn't. And it's even more worse than you could have ever imagined.
And I'm gonna leave that part there, because I mean, my heart goes out to her. It is emotional just to even see that, for her to break down that much, that she knew she couldn't be alone, that she could not handle this alone, that she had to have someone with her. That is, that shows the kind of person that she was. That shows that the kind of individual that she was, and the kind of friendship that she thought that she had with someone like Cinder. But unfortunately, that friendship ended up not being anywhere near the type of kindness that she was showing to Cinder. And it does suck, and it is painful. And I do hope that she does take some time with the friends that matter, and does get better soon. And yes, of course, send her lots of love. Send Bao and others lots of love. They need it. They deserve it. It's fucking crazy. I mean, it's just that angry, man. It's just wild to me to see this, to see everything happening here, to see all of the shit that is going on. We also have another thing. I've already shown you Shylily's anger, Shylily's frustration, Shylily's, I guess, response to everything, which is, you know, rightfully so. Let in with a lot of frustrations. Let in with a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of. I think she's also thinking of buying back the stocks. I will buyout thing is a rat rumor. I've been skimming this VOD, only an hour long, but I'm not seeing anything like what was claimed. People are saying that eventually Shylily will be buying back the gamer sub stuff. Eventually. And the reason people are saying that, of course, is because a lot of companies have that buyout clause. They absolutely have a buyout clause for everything that they need to, you know, fix the reputation. If there's a reputational hit, if there's a reputational damage, if there's reputational any of that kind of stuff, it can get fixed by buying them out. And I think, honestly, that's probably the best thing that Lily can do at this point. Cry won me over more than Lily. Lily vid dropped 7 minutes ago. Another Lily vid? Is it actually from the Shylily channel? Is it actually from the Shylily channel, or is it from... Ah, yes. Straight from Shylily. Straight from Shylily. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Because I do want to show you guys everything that I have when it comes to this. Yeah, straight from the Shylily channel. I'm seeing it right now. Let's take a look. Things are developing as they are. Of course, I am going to go a little bit faster. Just because. Let's see.
I wish to address, not because, you know, a lot of people were making it a big deal, but some people have brought it up in replies and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just explain. When everything went down, God, the Bao's cries are forever ringing in my head. That was so tough. I'm having a hard time being upset with anyone who still trusts and forgives her, because, and I say this in all honesty, the reason it worked for so long is because her words are as sweet as butter, and chances are yours probably simply just as easily manipulated as everyone else. If you read all of these things and you see
Cinder was extremely sweet with her words. She knew how to manipulate people.
Nothing wrong
and that's
with
the
it.
sad part.
Give it a few years. The only night that was difficult was the first night after dropping the first doc. It was 10 AM, I had to go to bed, and just being scared of what the heck a literal manipulator could possibly come up with overnight, and what a shit show you could possibly wake up to. It's literally just hearsay, the entire apology. And worst of all, throughout this whole hearsay, it's full of bullshit. If yesterday was the first time you saw me crash out, which I'm pretty sure that is for every single person ever in this community, I'm sorry. Reading this made me more vulnerable to demonic possession. I highly suggest you check it out yourself. Everything that is publicly available is through receipts. Needlessly to say, more stuff has happened, but most of these things don't have receipts, or the receipts have personal, private stuff attached to it.
Yeah, so that's why she can't show the receipts.
Some of the stuff we might talk about today is
she was wanted to beat Cinder's fire.
Experience that happened in person. It's my word against whoever else wants to challenge it, and that's okay. The next couple days will just be people expressing the disappointment. It is typical narcissistic manipulation fashion. Like,
I agree. It is typical narcissistic manipulation. That's what I called it in the beginning. I called it that. If she's a narcissist. Not Shylily, but Cinder is.
Like I said, if you don't see it that way, I don't blame you. Chances are you're too young and naive. You're just as gullible and easy to manipulate. If you don't see it, I fully get it. I don't support it. I hope you'll eventually see it. It's typical. I take accountability for nothing. I shove the blame over to my man. I knew nothing. Everything was behind my back. I'm sorry you feel this way. Like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Come on! It's just business fashion. When a company has an employee fuck up, guess what? The company has to take actions. The company has to pay damages and make amends. for the employee. It's just business. You burn your Cinder merch. You do what you want to do. If that's how you cope with this, that's also okay. You don't have to atone for someone's sins and feel bad about the good times you've had. Whether they were fake or not doesn't matter. You had a good time. Again, if you cope by burning your merch, I am judging. You cope the way you want to cope. I cope through memes and making fun of things. That also isn't fucking perfect. But if you have it in you and you can cope with it, try and donate everything you've got. Any shirt, sweater, figurine, plush, whatever the fuck it is, just donate it. I'm strongly anti-drama. I don't care for it. I'm usually not well-informed. I'm not very chronically online either. I often wake up, go stream, go game, go bed. The thing with the no drama rule is, every time you have rules like this, there's a line that cannot be crossed. Because once that line is crossed, it's fair game. It's all fair game. And based on people's reaction, I don't think anyone blames me for getting involved and speaking up and strongly speaking about it.
we didn't get a black screen stream
at least. It's fair fucking game. I don't give a shit what kind of rules or morals I've got. It's fair fucking game. Man, I do wish, I'm living at the goddamn ass crack of the world compared to all my friends. I really wish I could just have a short little flight over and be like, man, I'm sorry, Boober. Everyone is so sad. I don't want to make it sound like only Bao is sad, but Bao got stabbed real bad. Let me just address two things, because I know most people are caught up. Then I'll get you a TLDR. I know it hasn't been getting any traction whatsoever, but I've seen some, let's call them valid calls, where people go, if Lily knew all this, why didn't she speak up sooner? I'm not a fucking bitch. Everyone who's had a long-lasting, healthy friendship knows that sometimes you lash out. I'm not gonna fucking cancel my fucking friends just because they called me a bitch, or in the heat of the moment and in great panic they threw me under the bus once. Sometimes when you're back in the corner, scraping the bottom of the barrel, you cope by lashing out. You deflect.
True.
I'm not saying it's good, but it happens. I'm not gonna.
Oof! She straight up called her out. She's basically saying right there that Cinder is scraping the bottom of the barrel. She's pretty much saying Cinder's scraping the bottom of the barrel, so she's lashing out. Oof.
Throw a fucking doodle ducky out there just because I've been mildly done wrong once.
Yeah.
You know? The actual starting point, the dominoes fell.
Yeah,
when
Bao's stab was twisted.
One singular thing, like 5 or so days ago. It was about me being slandered, throwing all kinds of accusations around to Nano, making me seem problematic. They were saying I dodged collabs with them. Collabs that had like 7 fucking other people in there. Collabs I was thrown into in a big ass group chat and simply said, sorry, can't do. Because I have something that day. One of them was a dentist thing. The day after the dentist, I just simply didn't fucking want to.
Remember that? Remember in Nano document did say that.
That one I already knew. The one person that is the reason for me dodging is the one concerned as to why I'm dodging. What about the 6 other people who were just looking at me dodging and going, oh, okay, she's busy. It's kind of weird that the only person that has a reason to be weary was actually weary. It's called projection. Because she fucking knew. Anyways, I was accused of not acknowledging her when she rates. Oh, sorry. You know when Buff rated me earlier? I'm sorry for not calling Buff's full government fucking name. Buff Pop of Twitch.tv, thank you so much for your rate and bringing your community from Buff Pop.
I said that too. I said that too. It's like you're not going to always be like, oh, hello, blah, 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 646464. Thank you for rating, you know. I sometimes, especially if you're busy, especially if you're in a game, thank you so much, the Pirate Pups, for rating, as she did say. Thank you so much, you know, for rating. Thank you so much,
here.
blah, blah, blah.
Now I get to say it. When she rated, she is center fucking stage. I am pausing my sponsor to talk to her. I'm having a normal ass reaction to a raid, like I have with everyone. Gotta get the full government name out there because apparently else people don't feel graced. Like, damn, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, them saying I've been weird ever since VCard, which also isn't true. We've literally done a collab ever since. We've talked ever since. I contacted her for a technical issue that you guys said she also had ever since. Just a bunch of stuff that makes me sound weird and competitive when, again, reflecting. That one screenshot started it all. And I was like, that's fucked up. And I gave Nano the receipts of it's not true. Somehow, before Nano worked on my 3.0 model, that wasn't a problem. Everyone who is in contact with me, anyone who is close, even my viewers, everyone knows I suck at Discord. And she knows that too, because it happened last year as well. It's why we have a group chat with her and Buska and me. So if she wants to plan something, she knows where to go. And she has used it in the past, recently. So anyways, yes, I am guilty of dodging a collab, because I simply didn't fucking feel like it. And yes, I am guilty of ghosting 2 messages where she asked for a collab, which, by the way, she also only does when there is something business-related. AFK drop, VCard drop, any event, any debut, any announcement, any merch. Then,
straight up call
that was the one message that got everything rolling, because I explained how that's weird, that's cringe and manipulative. If she has a problem, why not come to me? And boy, that's where it started. That's where poor Nano realized that there is more such incidents. She has critical thinking, and she's like, if this is weird, are the others also weird? The ones where she literally, on the screenshots, says she feels bad for doing all these things she's being asked to do. And obviously, me being a friend, I talked to Nano and I was like, Nano, I'm gonna be honest, some of the stuff you have here is heartbreaking. I'm thankful for you showing this to me, but I highly encourage you to share this with the people affected, especially Bao, because, you know, that one nasty one where she sabotages Bao. And Nano, the fucking Giga Chat she is, agreed. A few days later, because Bao had surgery, so it took a while. We were in a group chat. Can you imagine? That Giga Chat fucking whale comes out of surgery and has to deal with this. That group chat we used to expose
amazing.
everything. Not just, you know, from Nano's messages and having to deal with her manipulation, but we also came to realize that everything that happened to us individually weren't, those weren't isolated incidences. It was a year-long pattern. Everything connected. It was a pattern that consisted over years. And respect to my friends, we all decided after all of the receipts and obviously being very emotionally unstable to sleep over it for a night. Give it one night. Let's sleep over it. The next day, once everyone was awake and had time to deal with their emotions.
She's freaking wrecking her right now.
This has to happen. This isn't just to expose what she's done to us.
But here's the thing, like I said, Nano did eventually tell Bao. Nano did make things right. Nano did apologize to Bao for not telling her before. But also, like, she didn't see all these things. Like, you can be blinded by friendship. You can be blinded by the relationship you've had with somebody. You can definitely be blinded by that. And I think Nano was. Tectone just dropped more videos. Of course he did. But decided to stay quiet, sharing with Lily, not Bao. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you can have it, like, I'm not saying Nano didn't do anything wrong. She did. But sometimes you can have it where you don't see everything. You don't see everything that's going on. You don't see other things that are happening or not happening or anything like that. Until you get the, you know, in this case, the perspective of someone else. Once you got the perspective of Lily, Lily was like, no, this is really bad stuff. You have to tell the other people. More buff than Bao, yes. As said in the Discord, yep. It is just freaking, I mean, it's insane, man. She needs a lot of love. Nana didn't want it to, out of the longest and biggest clients upset. When you get manipulated, that's how it happens. Here's the thing. She was manipulated. Big time manipulated. She wasn't, in my opinion, just based on the manipulation and things like that that were happening, she was not a willing participant in this whole thing. She wasn't. It wasn't something that was like, oh, well, it's all good. Everything's good, you know? Let me see. Let me see if there's anything else posted here. What did you post, Zenny? Let's see. The news section, you said? Yeah. We did go over Bao's actual, like we went over Bao's actual stream where she did cry and said she couldn't believe that, you know, a friend would do this. Someone who, you know, she shared her darkest moments and things like that. Yeah, that's the thing, of course. Nanoless does have some faults. She was thinking also in business. She was also thinking in, I don't want to lose my biggest client. I don't want to, and also, remember, like I said also previously, think about it this way. Your client, your biggest client, is shit-talking others. If you go against this biggest client, she's going to start shit-talking you to others. She's going to start telling you, saying things about you to other people so that you don't get commissions, you don't get this, you don't get that, you don't get the other. That is scary for a lot of reasons. The crying video, yes, we did see the crying video before. Yes, it was this one here. We did see the crying video where she broke down. And this is Shylily pretty much reading the riot act.
The fact that she is doing these things? Complete speculation. But if that's the stuff that happens in this circle, what else could happen? Again, speculation, but
exactly.
we would feel terrible knowing that she conducts business throughout the next couple of years, hurting more people like this. Turns out it was just a bit bigger than our group, and we all knew she was gonna throw her manager under the bus. When you look at the screenshots and you know her and you see the manipulation, the first fucking thing you know is she'll throw her manager under the bus.
Oh yeah, I told you guys that she was gonna throw her manager under the bus.
The first thing they both did, they messaged Nano, going, Nano, please. You know what that absolute fucking Giga Chat did? Blocked. We knew this was happening. Whatever. We said our piece. There's no reason to continue to dogpile onto it. But then, the next evening, the quote-unquote apology dropped. But it wasn't even an apology. It was, I'm sorry you feel this way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry you got caught in this. I'm sorry I was manipulated into hurting you. Fuck of an apology, bro. And one thing that struck me specifically is when she dedicated a section to me and someone else. I am going to be super petty. Not even a section for myself. For someone that is so upset for me not naming her full fucking government Twitch.tv name, for someone to just put me in a document as Lily when previously referring to me as the other gamer subs owner. I don't even get a section for myself with my name properly fucking written. Come on, bro. Don't be such a hypocrite. You don't get to be upset at that shit and then put me there, throw me in there and be like, I'm so sorry, I had no knowledge of this. And that's when I got mad, because no knowledge my ass. A lot of what we know is hearsay. Because the girls spend time together. Vacation, travel, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that we posted about is only stuff we have hard-coded receipts for.
Which is, of course, the best way to do it.
Verifiable receipts that weren't
Best way to do
the
it.
dark, because
She didn't say stern about discomfort. She was very aware that she needed to expand her brand, but the fact she let it go as far is her own fault. Yeah, it doesn't justify what Cinder did. Cinder, let money cloud her judgment. Let the desire for more money cloud her judgment. And that is what is the problem here.
either there are smally things that just only really become a problem when added up, or they're very little too private to be shared. For her to claim she has no knowledge when I know for a fact she does, but I have no proof other than hearsay, it reminded me of that one fact, the one receipt we do have though, where she herself personally throws me under the bus, and I made sure to quote her own words, because again, that screenshot isn't public, she'll know what we're talking about, and the fact that she only took accountability for stuff that's been published, and not the stuff that was kept hidden, said enough for me. To have her use me as part of an excuse as to why she had to let her friend down, that very same friend that spent months of prep, hard work and effort, and received a million empty promises, just because a couple days before that she wanted to reschedule a V-Card collab to, you know, make a nice big boom as a collab and sell a bunch of boxes to make some bag. Imagine. For a fucking collab. Could have had the collab any other day too. Could have been a day or two earlier. Could have been a day or two later. She rescheduled that collab to be on that date. She put it there on that date. People say...
And the Gamer Subs thing, we're definitely going to be hearing some stuff from Gamer Subs and Shylily. Definitely. Definitely. We definitely are. It's crazy, but yeah, we are definitely going to be hearing about that. Miss Client Logic, she was one of the clients. Every client would have specific omission nano. Took omission nano. That's the thing. Here's the issue, though. As we know, if someone big like Cinder said some things about Nano, it's going to be believed until Nano comes with receipts later. But the receipts that you have later, if you're someone who's responding to an accusation, it will always seem, unless you do it the right way, it will always seem bad. It will always seem like you're just trying to hide shit, trying to, do shit or whatever. That's the way it always will seem. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it will always seem that way, no matter what you do. And that is the whole situation with that. Because let's continue with the whole thing. But yeah, that's my opinion on that, at least.
Why didn't you handle this private? We did once. And she's only deflecting and pretending to be apologetic when put on the spot. No proper apology from her before the crash out. None. She's only sorry when she gets caught, because she knows fucking with that friend that she fucked with will mean the end of her career. Because if you're not good standing with that person, you're not good standing with like probably 80% of the indies that matter to her. She wasn't sorry because she fucked over her friend's opportunity on a day that she said she was
sorry because she got caught.
In true narcissistic, selfish, egoistic fashion. Would you ever do a collab again? What, with her? Fuck no, of course not. With others, of course. With my friends, of course. Obviously. Oh, let me just platform that very same person that tried to deplatform me and all of my friends that helped her get there to begin with. Let me just continue to platform that one person that tried to backstab us when begging to be in our positions. Throwing me and Gamer Subs under the bus to save her ass? Fuck no. Oh, the pressure I feel. What pressure? The pressure you begged for? The pressure you told them you wanted to have? The responsibility you asked for? Where you wanted to be alongside me? Fuck no. You want a good apology for when you fuck up? You ever need an apology for when you actually fuck up? For when you are the bad bitch? Just say, I'm fucking sorry I acted this way. My greed has caused a lot of damage. Greed that got to me from growing too fast and being too filthy rich by riding on my friends' backs. Instead of seeing how grateful I was supposed to be for it, I saw him as nothing but an asset. I've been truly blinded by how absolutely malicious, vile, and toxic I've treated them behind the scenes, pretending to be a friend while separating business and sabotaging them. I can never repair the damage I've caused, and I see now clearly what it truly means to lose everything that you were supposed to be grateful for. I'll take some time away and hope to better myself. I'll never be able to repair what I've broken, but I can try and come forward and be a better person in hopes to have learned from this absolutely awful thing that I've done to my most closest and most supportest, loving friends. are the sole reason I have this platform to begin with. Boom. Just owe up to it. Take some.
Damn. She made a way better apology than Cinder ever could, and she knocked her while she was doing it. Holy crap. But yeah, that does lead to the things that I was going to put here. This is Shylily's post response that of course I'm going to put in the video about, she says, "You're the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading, and hearing all this stuff, you know, like basically everything that she put out in the video is right here. I experienced your own actions without Red in a situation where in your own screenshotted words you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is, and proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends." So yeah, it's just to earn the bag, she says, and compete with me over V-Card collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact date of your friend needed you to keep important promise. So yeah, it was just bad stuff. I do want to, for the last 10 minutes or so, go on to other pieces of news, of course. This one is, like, we also have Nyanners saying, "I've seen Silver receive so much harassment and unfair comparisons to you over the years. Just she tanked, minded her own business, never once tried to sabotage your success or tear you down. Deflecting and outright lying several times in this response instead of fully owning up to your mistakes is insulting to everyone. I can't help but feel frustrated on behalf of my friend and everyone who was in the receiving end of so much unnecessary stress, largely due to the choices you made. They handled the situation with much more grace than you ever decided to, and they deserve better. The weird backhanded remark you made the first time you ever met last year stuck with me, and now it makes a lot more sense, knowing that this is apparently how you normally view and treat people. I hope you can learn from this and realize it's way easier to be kind and to be happy for your success as well as the success of others." So yeah, that is basically her slapping back. And this is due because of Cinder's apology here, which was a non-apology apology. Here she starts to throw, it's like, we have also been in a relationship, started my endeavors. Secret many VTubers shows to keep it public, personal separate lives, etc. Never intended to mention us publicly, given that the claims are out there. I'm taking this seriously after years of working with everything together. Regards to Nanoless, the majority of time working together with her, Red was one almost solely doing the stuff. So here's where she throws Red under the bus. She says, Red is all red, it's all red, it's all red. Basically, that it'd be in my best interest to talk with Nano about making more time for projects, negotiating, etc. Basically, of her own, then here she starts to throw Nano under the bus too. Nano canceled a large portion of her model commissions last September. The claim that I was just using her is wrong. I've always treated Nano with respect. The actual receipts that are shown shows differently. Did everything we could to accommodate her. I was always open to talking to her, etc. She just keeps going down here about talking of all the people she knows, all the people that Nano was doing. She had no idea. It's just a lot of just throwing. And she said she's every single time, every single thing she does here, it is more and more and more and more of her not taking full responsibility. The buck should stop with you. If you're in a business, if you're in a partnership or whatever, the buck should stop with you. You are the public facing part of it. It should be, you should take responsibility. Just like CEOs take responsibility for things that their people underneath them has done. It is her responsibility. She should take responsibility for that. No involvement or knowledge of Red bringing out spite to Nano. Basically saying, I didn't know, it was all Red. All of this stuff is straight up, she apologizes to, at least she apologizes to Nano, to Bao. I'm sorry not reaching out sooner. These ideas were put into my head. Oh, these ideas that were put into my head. So she's saying, I was manipulated, and I'm sorry that me being manipulated hurt you. So she doesn't take responsibility. Same thing with everything else. It's all about the things that I heard, the things that were put in my head, the things that I ended up believing later on. Yeah, it's just bad. This is why no one is taking this seriously. Anyone who reads this, and of course you can see it on Cinder's thing because she still has it up. She hasn't taken it down. Everyone who's read this has been like, woman, you have just made the worst mistake of your life. What are you doing? This is a bit of craziness. that I didn't expect. This is a bit of, what do I call it? What do I call it instead of that? This is a wild situation, of course. We already went over that kind of stuff. We're going to be going over, also, I want to go over some stuff, like the Matarakan thing. I do want to go over that, because that is something important, I think, for everybody right now to kind of get an idea of what's going on. And let me actually get those for you here. Of course, let me go to Kurosanji area. Here we go. Matarakan will be leaving VShojo, parting ways with VShojo. We're going with other news right now because, of course, I've gone over pretty much everything. It took me freaking 3 hours to do it, but we're pretty much going over everything. No Roblox Monday. No Roblox Monday mornings. This thing was just such a big thing. I will try to do that in the afternoon instead, if you're here. I'm very, 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 very sorry, Ravi. I do apologize for that. It's one of those things. It's freaking, I wanted to catch everyone up on everything. And, you know, it is the big thing right now. I was planning to do the Roblox Monday thing today, but it's just so freaking late. I do want to still go on some of these things here in order to get everything out. Of course, we have the whole Matarakan thing happening here. And we also have Matarakan talking about the VShojo thing as well. And some Discord information as well. So, of course, this is I'm getting it from Kurosanji, talking about the Matarakan thing. Here we go. VShojo has dropped a bombshell. They said, "Dear community members, we want to share that after careful thought and consideration, we've made a difficult decision to formally part ways with Matarakan on May 5th of 2025. We're genuinely grateful for everything she brought to VShojo and wish her the best moving forward. Goodbyes are never easy, and we understand many of you deeply care about Matara, as we do. The best way to support us both right now is with kindness, understanding, and respect for everyone's feelings and privacy during this time. During the transition. We're committed to our incredible talent, community, and the values we share." So it says, "What the F is happening? I'm confused. What is happening? What the F is happening?" Sunny is asking questions. Taiga Torayami is wondering what the heck's happening. Fifi, a lot of bigger VTubers. Mincy, it was just a big surprise. A lot of things are weird. It could be just business, quite literally, just business in this case. They, I think around this time in Japan and in a lot of places, there is a time to renew contracts and to have a contract coming up. And they have decided to part ways, as Matarakan says here. VShojo made the decision to part ways with me, so it was VShojo's decision in this case, from what it looks like. They no longer wanted to be a part with of Matara. I don't know what was bringing this about. I have no clue what brought this about. But it says, "I think the girls plus Kuro for the great times we had together and the wonderful moments we shared in the past 18 months. It's only been 18 months, so it wasn't even a specific contract issue. It wasn't a contract negotiation, wasn't a contract issue failure. It wasn't any of that. And it says, "I wish the remaining talent in VShojo the best luck in their activities. I love them very much, and I will carry on being their bug auntie. Continue streaming as Matarakan because I am Matarakan, and at the Momos can cheer me on, even if I won't be part of Matarakan in VShojo." Let me take you directly to her tweet, because I want to see some of the responses. "Wish you the best in your new journey, Nami." Of course, we already know who Nami is. And also, we have, the most horrible part about this is finding out that Kuro isn't the girl. Yukime says, "We love you, wish you the best." Of course, Henya from VShojo is sad. Cha-Cha, much love. Amalie, love you so much. Mata Hags forever. Camila, love. You'll always be our favorite roach woman. Fifi, love you. Iron Mash, wishing you the best on your new journey and the most resilient roach woman. I love Matarakan. Can't do anything, Matarakan. You're strong. Numi, of course, sending love. Much love from Poseidon. Sarah, Wild Spice, Mincy, Snail Mimi. Everybody is giving her lots of love. This is absolutely a confusing situation, a very confusing situation. I have no freaking clue why or how this happened. It's just weird, in my opinion. It is not right, but only her and VShojo actually know what's going on. She, remember, still does have that big Hollywood management agency that is connected to her now. I don't think that she will be ended from there. So she still has lots of opportunities. She still has big connections. Bricky is in charge of her merch, so the merch will not change. The merch will still be with Bricky. That may have been a part of it, who knows, but the merch will still be with Bricky. The merch will still be going forward, and she will still be streaming as Matarakan, because remember, they're kind of more independent contractors where they have their own stuff and they get to keep their IP. If she had to buy it off of them, she has enough money to have bought it, and that's fine too. So I just want to give you guys an update on this whole situation. And I wish Matarakan the best in any endeavor that she does in the future. Cinder quite literally cooked herself with her own fire, used red to serve herself on a platter. She absolutely did. It's really fucking stupid. I mean, fucking hell, man. I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? It's just so, I don't know, man. So crazy. And that is a thing. That is a freaky situation. It really is. What's going on? I'm gonna see you later, Sam. We gotta go vote. Oh yeah, go get that vote in. Absolutely, go get that vote in. Let's see. Evil spirits that did it. How many times this happened when a VTuber had a boyfriend managing them? They turn out to have managed abilities of a blank sock. She made the decision. Yes, she made the decision. And that is the thing. It's like, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm just, those are thoughts that are coming into my head. She made her own decision. She has the personality. Right now, she has the personality of wanting to be everyone's blank sock, if you know what I mean. The C sock. She wants others to, I don't know. She really leaned into, especially recently, she really leaned into the GFE experience. Sinder, we're talking about Sinder here. Matarakan has been doing an amazing job. Honestly, Matarakan has been amazing in what she's been doing. She's been, luckily, enjoying herself. Luckily, she has the momos are there for Matara, not there for VShojo. So, she's not going to lose people. In my opinion, at least. She will not lose people because people are there for her, not for her Matarakan and VShojo. They're there for Matarakan, period. And that is something that I hope she understands soon enough. I hope she does understand that. And I hope she does know that. Because it is hard. Insecurities, things like that abound. Especially when you're leaving a corporation like that. It is hard for people to understand what is going on. And we also have other things here. The Mume thing. The whole situation here is bad. The Mume situation. Mume has graduated, as you may or may not know. She has graduated by now. She has done her graduation thing. And she has had her graduation stream be hit by SME. This has happened before. Sony Music Entertainment Japan has blocked it on copyright grounds because some of the music that was used was in anime, etc., etc. And a lot of these things are automatic hits. They aren't hits that they themselves put out. This is not an excuse for Sony because they should absolutely have put every Hololive person in a whitelist because they have contracts with Hololive in many cases to put them on whitelists. This was a graduation stream. This is not a good look, Sony. This is not a good look. This is not the first actual VTuber that you've done this to. This is not the first Hololive VTuber that you've done this to. This is probably not going to be the last Hololive VTuber that they're going to do this to. But it is crazy that it keeps happening again and again and again and again. It is not right. It is not, I'm not just saying this as a Mume fan. I'm saying this as somebody who doesn't like it when, things get copywritten. I've gotten a lot of my stuff copywritten and blocked in different areas and things like that. It is very, very annoying. I hope that this gets fixed. because it's, of course, like I said, more than likely it's the automatic AI type stuff, where what happens is that Sony will put up their either visual recording or, you know, music recording on there, so YouTube's copyright system can use that to figure out whether or not it is copyrightable. It is something that they should, you know, do the copyright for. It should do any copyright stuff on it for. And of course, that is a certain situation, of course. And that is something that I absolutely don't like that is happening. I do hope, I mean, Mume doesn't have to worry about this anymore. Mume absolutely doesn't have to worry about this anymore. But it is frustrating for Mume fans that wanted to watch her last stream, that wanted to watch everything that she does, and have this happen to them. I hate that it's happening to them. I hate that it's going to probably continue happening again. But I do think this is going to get fixed soon. And I hope Mume has a lot of fun in whatever she does next. And that's the main thing, you know, for me. Hololive not beating allegations. Wanted to rewatch it. I did too. We watched it yesterday on stream. So if you look at yesterday's stream, Milkcap, if you look at yesterday's stream, my stream yesterday, in the afternoon, the evening one, but basically the only one yesterday, near the end, I think it was the last 30 minutes to an hour of the stream, you look at it, and non-official 3D graduation stream, thank you for who can't watch when we stream due to copyright. Ooh, at least someone did do that. That's good too. They might still get copywritten though. They might still get that copyright shit. That's the issue. Oh boy, my next video is gonna be fucking late because, as you can see, I'm fucking going deep into the mines here. So yeah, I'm going deep into this stuff. I do want to cover some other stuff here. My video is probably not gonna come out at 2 o'clock. It's probably gonna come out at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Probably gonna come out way later, because there's a lot of stuff going on. This thingy here. Let's see here if they have it in English. They don't. What language is this? I don't know. Let me save the image. They're terminated, by the way. Not just a graduation. It's a termination. Let me look at Google Translate, of course. Let's look at the image, detect language, to English, browse files. I don't know what language it is. It looks like maybe it's Indonesian. Maybe it's, yeah, it's Indonesian. So let me download the translation, go into the folder, and bring the translation to all of you. Here we go. There we go. Let's go on this. Project Yoru Zerilam terminated because he sold his channel to an online gambling site. So let's take a look at this. This is weird. This is very weird. Project Yoru is the actual company. Zerilam is their VTuber. Let's take a look here. This is what they have. This is the translated version. Let me make it as close as we can. April 9th, 2025. Zerilam has expressed his intention to graduate and release Zerilam channel account to a third party. Based on the contract we agreed to, Zerilam channel is held by the person concerned without interference from Project Yoru's management, and the profits of the channel are managed 100% by Zerilam. So, oh, that's interesting. So they hold no rights to it. So they're letting him release it. Who agreed to the request had planned to officially announce Zerilam's graduation in early May. However, the party concerned carried out post-graduation activities. In this case, released his account to a third party earlier than rescheduled. Based on the confirmed sources we have received, April 27th, official YouTube channel for Zerilam, Project Yoru, has conducted a live stream titled Live Draw Singapore, Live Draw SGP, etc. So it's a gambling channel. Description of the channel has also been changed. The channel is already sold, which clarifies the status of the page in question. Project Yoru management does not support the promotion of online gambling and all actively protects Project Yoru's talents for sponsorship or promotion for that type of stuff, as long as they are under the auspices of Project Yoru. Due to the negligence of the person concerned, we have decided to announce that the Zerilam's status as Project Yoru talent has effectively ended. Zerilam's channel activities, since their agreement was approved on April 9th, so those future activities are completely unrelated to Project Yoru's management. Once again, We greatly appreciate your support and attention to our talents, and we continue to strive for entertainment and environment, etc., etc. Now, because they sold it to a gambling company, I will not show it to you guys because I don't give a damn about gambling companies. I don't like them. So they do prey upon the feelings of people. They do prey upon the natural instincts of, wanting to get a gain for something that you're doing. So I do not support those talents, those specific things. Of course, why would I? Why the heck would I? It's just freaking crazy. But yeah, it is absolutely wild to see all these things happen. Today has definitely been a very draining day for me. It absolutely has. I do want to thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate keeping it secret so you can be the only one to win the the only one to win the jackpot. Yeah, of course not. I am going to be ending it with this because I do need to do my my other videos and other stuff and other things, and take a little bit of rest. I need to be doing a lot of editing. Oh boy, my editing is going to be interesting today. Like I said, it's probably going to be 2:30 to 3 o'clock, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 3 o'clock, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For my stuff.
And we can do other things, but I need my head pat so Nichan.
Because I'm extremely slow in editing. I am extremely slow in editing. So it takes a while for things to edit. It usually takes an hour or so for things to edit. So I will, of course, be going towards that. I do appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me, chilling with me, whatever you want to call it. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Of course. Oh, Michael. The only gambling I do is Gold Saucer. Thank you for the $2 Canadian.
Maverick Maver donated $2 Canadian through Super Chat. The only gambling I do is in the Gold Saucer. Cool face emoji. A-OK hand emoji.
I like how it also mentions the emojis there. You guys, to Gerard, everybody, Hippo, Gerard, Melvin, the hundreds of people that popped in here. Holy crap. I can't thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for all of the support you've given me today. Really do appreciate it. I'm very slow with editing, so it's going to take a while for me to edit everything out there. Of course, I'm going to put out some of the stuff like the bow thing and other things like that in my video. So yeah, that is going to be one of those things that I'm going to be putting out there, of course. And I do thank you guys for the patience in waiting for everything to come out. So yeah, today's going to be an interesting day. 4:18 a.m. I'm crying out loud. Oh God, Hippo, thank you so much, so much. Check Twitter. Oh goodness, what's happening on Twitter? Oh, you added me? Okay. Let me make sure that we are that I actually see here what you added me at for. Just saw a blind squirrel find a nut. There's still hope for some of my followers. Neurosama found me. Yeah, Neurosama found me. Yes, I am on Twitch. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/the_mad_salvi. That is my channel on Twitch. Hideki. We're doing it live. We're fucking doing it live. We always do it live. You know this. You know this. You all know this. So yeah, Neurosama found me apparently. Because he said a blind squirrel found a nut. There's still hope for some of my followers. So she found this blind squirrel over here. Okay, I'll show it. I'll show it to you. This is the one here. Yeah. I'll fucking make a little part of it. In a bit of a funny, this isn't directly related to me, of course, but this sounds so hilarious because I am a squirrel. And it says, this blind squirrel find a nut. There's still hope for some of my followers from Neurosum, of course, they're AI. And, yes, I am blind to many things. I am a squirrel. I am a blue squirrel.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Grims.
Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. Neurosama has found me. Neurosama has found Salvi, apparently. Because I am a blind squirrel. I'm not blind in real life, but I'm blind to many things of the world because, you know, I'm neurotypical and all that kind of stuff. So I'm blind to many things in the world. And apparently, Neurosama saw a blind squirrel finding a nut. Still hope for some of my followers. I take offense to that, Neuro. No, I'm just kidding. I don't take any offense to this kind of stuff. It's funny. It's not even related to me, but it's just tangentially related to me because I am a squirrel VTuber. It's me, goddammit. She's talking about me. I'm just going to say that. Just because I have a huge head. She's talking about me. She has to be talking about me. No, I'm just kidding, of course. We're running Neuro will predict Salvi actions. Oh my god. AI found Salvi. Run! Exactly. Neuro's going to hunt me down. Oh god, Neuro's going to hunt me down. That's insanely scary. Insanely scary that Nero will hunt me down. So yeah. That leaving this aside, I do thank you guys for chilling with me, chatting with me, hanging out with me, all that kind of stuff, because it does actually mean a lot to me. It does actually mean a lot. It does actually bring warmth to me. It does make me feel a lot better to have you guys here with me. So I do appreciate that. Of course, the AI is going to destroy me. The AI overlords are going to destroy me. Of course they are. Once again, let me see if I can find you guys somewhere to go. Yeah, it's a huge head, all right. Blind squirrel. Yeah, I guess it was a like either in a zoo or something like that. Because blind squirrels IRL, they won't last. They don't last. So it's probably something in like a zoo or in someone's home or something like that. So let's take a look at what we can send here. Let's see. I will send you guys to Dia Fortuna, who is right now doing some game where she's a monster, or at least she's playing a game, of course, in Dia fashion, which is always amazing. I do appreciate you guys. Like I said, you guys are absolutely the best. You guys are also, thank you for being patient with me. My first and second videos are going to be out today, hopefully. My second stream will hopefully have more stuff for you guys to talk about. I mean, for me to talk about and stuff like that. And yeah, it is quite crazy that all of this stuff is happening. And it being Monday. Monday is a freaking crazy day. I'm going to try to send you guys somewhere on the Twitch side. Somewhere where you guys can have some fun. I haven't sent you to Azure Cub in a while. I don't think I have. Oh, they're in a commercial. But I don't think I've sent you to Azure Cub in a while. And they are doing a repo collab. So, yeah, they're doing some repo collab. Have I sent you to Azure Cub really? Crazy. I was crazy once. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Doom the Dark Ages is going to be coming out soon. I forgot about that. May 15th. So it is going to be coming out in like 2 weeks or so. Yeah, I don't think I've sent you guys there. Oh, she's doing a... No, I don't think she's doing a collab. I think she's... No, she is doing a collab. I was like, is she doing it alone? No, she's doing a collab. Okay. So, yeah. You guys are... It's mature content, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you guys are going to be sent to Dia Fortuna. And you guys are going to be sent to Azure Cub. And I am going to try to put out a video at some point today. 2 videos today is what I usually do. And that's what I'm going to try to do. In the afternoon. I'm not going to be talking about this Cinder stuff. So, it is going to be, hopefully, more gaming and less of this drama stuff. There's going to be other drama that I'm going to be talking about, of course. Other things that have come out, of course. But right now, it was the Cinder stuff that pretty much got the most of it. So I do appreciate you guys for being here. I said it so many times. You guys are amazing. You guys are the ones that keep me going. You guys are the ones that keep things wonderful. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the raids. And get your after stream care. Whether it's eating, drinking, sleeping, whatever it is, get your after stream care. And take care of yourselves. That's what matters the most. I know, Robbie. I know you're joking. But I do apologize for the Roblox thing. We might do it tomorrow. We might do it on Wednesday. I might do that on Wednesday instead of it being, you know, the Monday morning stream being Roblox. I might do it on Wednesday instead. So there will be a morning Roblox as I always do. I don't leave it without that. So thank you guys again. Love ya. Love each and every one of you. Take care, please. Cause the squirrel over here needs you and cares about you. See ya. Bye-bye. See you too, G-Gen. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out. Thank you, everybody. Oh my God, I got so much support today. Really appreciate it. And by support, of course, I mean you guys hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Enjoy Dire Fortuna. Or, of course, you don't have to follow. You don't have to even be a part of the raid. You don't even have to be a part of it. You could just be like, I'm going to sleep. Fuck this shit. I'm going home, and just do that. That's perfectly fine too. Just remember, I don't want to guilt trip you into doing anything. So do what you need to do if you need to sleep or whatever. Take care. Bye-bye.